morning. I hope everyone is having a good money? I hope everyone is having good money, but good morning. Is what I meant to say. Oh dear.
Whoa, what a chill sequence of events.
Whoa, chill sequence of events. Heck yeah. Welcome on in, Shifty. I hope you're doing alright. Oh dear. Let me just switch screen quickly. I changed to having the short hair today, so we're gonna have a short hair day, because why not? It's been a while. I hope everyone's doing well though. Nick, hello, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, I am not on holiday. Hope you have a good money. Yeah, hand it over. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh no. Ah dear, boom, boom, boom. I hope you're doing well, Bayman. Good morning. I'm sorry I was so lucky on your stream last night. I was just a little under the weather. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing good. Colorado, good morning, good morning. I hope you're doing good. Welcome on in. As you can see, not on holiday. I did post in the Discord. If you want to know what happened, it's on Twitter and it's in the Discord. But I'm not on holiday, and I won't be going, and that's okay. We're okay with that. It is what it is, and we're living with it. I'm a little bit sad, but it's okay. I figured though, I took a couple of days off, and positive news, because I was able to take some time off, I have been able to have like a good look at my setup and order in the new monitor. So I have like a proper monitor set up now. I've got them both on my desk since we're not using the sewing machine, so it means that I'm not like crooking my neck to go like read chat and stuff like that. So that's really good. I finished George's model off stream. I just need to get the tutorial set up so I can send that over to him. And yeah, also I can open back for commissions again. So I will probably do that after stream, because I think if I do that in the middle of stream I might be a bit confused. But I've got some nice graphics and I can set all that up. So yes. Oh my god! Panda! Welcome on in! How was your stream? What did you get up to today? Welcome, welcome! Hi! Hi! I think I told you. Oh, you passed it! You passed it! Oh my god, congratulations! Heck, well done. I mean, I'm not surprised. It sounded like you're working really hard for it, but still, congratulations! Oh, thank you for shouting out, Panda! How was your stream? I hope you had a good one. Welcome on in. Hello, hi, my name is Jelly. I am a cosplayer based in the UK. I make VTuber models and cosplays. At the moment, we're doing more smocking and like sewing stuff for a really big costume. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Sleeves, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Good heckin' morning. I hope everyone's had a good week so far as well. I know I've been like a little bit absent. Only for a couple days, but because I'm used to streaming nearly every day, I guess that is quite a while. It's not really that long. It's only long in like Twitch terms. Streamers good, how are you? I'm alright. We've actually had like a bit of a setup revamp. So it's gonna look a lot more similar to anyone who's been here for a while. This is like our old setup. Let me show you really quickly. If I go to here, we can go top down again. It just makes it a little easier that I don't have to worry that I'm like scooting off the stream or anything like that. But we have our top down. I can still bring in my work. I have a monitor right in front of me. I have a monitor just there, so I don't have to move my neck too much, which is really good for me. Yeah, and I still have, of course, the other one. I do need to work this one out properly because it's like a little bit high up right now. We still have the one where we can see the mannequin. It's just I would rather the mannequin be a bit higher. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the camera lower, so I think what I'll look at doing is just moving my mannequin up at some point. But we do still have it. It's still there. It's just that we have the top down. Jelly hands. Yeah, jelly hands. Now you can see the true size of my hands. I'm glad stream was good, Panda. I'm glad. You're gonna be lurking your fine, Shifty. Honestly, have a good lurk. I hope it goes well. I appreciate you popping by. Thank you. But yeah, take care of yourself. Have a good lurk. It's cool. Yeah, we're getting there. It'll be nice as well, because obviously right now we're still working on these one by one, so they're like a little bit further away. But I can like hold it up to you, and this camera doesn't then like do the weird zoomy thing. Like you should just be able to see it. And it means that when we finish multiple of them, which we have, like I can lay them all next to each other without them falling off the screen. So like that's nice. I can get all my little pieces together and not have to worry about everything like falling over off the screen. So yes, we have this now, and it's good. And also means I can go back to playing video games again, but with one monitor I could do some stuff like we were doing like nitro racing and marbles and stuff with one monitor, but I have to have it like really windowed, so I wouldn't want to play any games that were like a little bit higher detail, because obviously when you're having to window it so much so that you can read chat, it's like, yeah, it's not an ideal setup. Like it's manageable, especially for short term. I also couldn't do anything on the Switch because you can't capture with just one screen very easily, because obviously you need a screen to capture onto. So yeah, also Panda, I should say, as with all raids, if you need to look after yourself after stream, if you need to like go get some snacks or get some rest or anything like that, please do. As much as we like having you here, like make sure that you're looking after yourself. Yeah, but this is kind of what we've been making. We've been making these little strips. This one still needs to be sequined and beaded, and then we'll have 3 of the big ones, and then we'll switch back. Once we've done this one, we'll be halfway there with the big ones, and I think the small ones will go much quicker, like next to it, because these ones obviously take a really long time. Again, for anyone popping in for the first time, this takes about between 20 to 25 hours per strip, because it is all smocked, and then it is painted, and then it is like detailed on the top, and then it is beaded, and then we sequin and embroider. So it takes about 20 to 25 hours per strip of this size. So this already, ignoring this one, this is 50 hours work-ish. And then add this one in probably at about, you know, maybe 65 or total for all of these. They take a really long time, but it's worth it because you end up with some really cool custom fabric. Also, I'm gonna have a sip of my drink, hence why I'm zooming into the background. Delicious. But yeah, we're looking a bit more like we used to. We're kind of getting there. I'm actually, oh my god, it's 4 oh bless you. Yeah, no. Thank you so much for popping by again. Thank you so much for the raid. But yeah, look after yourself. that's very heckin' late. Actually, I might put this on this side because I'll probably work on stuff here. So yeah, there we go. Now we have some examples in the corner. We have that. I'll need my sequin pot, not the beads, just the sequins. And I'll need my needle, and I'll need some thread, and then we can just honestly crack on. I don't think I have too many updates, unfortunately. Like, mainly it's stuff behind the scenes, and that I just have a much nicer setup now. And also the monitor situation means that we can do the stuff we used to do again. So it's all good. It's all good stuff. Again, thank you so much everyone for the support, whether it be the people that donated last month or people who commissioned me. I do really appreciate it. All that support has meant that even though we had so much technology break in one go, that we've been able to recoup it within like a month, which I really do appreciate. I look forward to doing more Animal Crossing streams, especially because I won't have to like have my neck like this the whole time. That'd be really nice. I don't know why I didn't move my sewing machine early, to be honest. Like the whole idea with this particular costume is that we're not using the sewing machine. So like why? There's no reason for me to have the sewing machine there. Oh dear. So no, I'm really pleased. It's all going all right. And as far as like holiday goes, I'm not going to be going on holiday anytime soon, but I am having some family visit me over the next couple days. So yeah, it's like I'm not able to hang out with everybody at once, but hopefully I should still see everyone, or at least most people. I should still see them. So yeah, I'm not missing out too much. Oh, right, let's get these sequins out and start going. I'm just gonna grab a few of them, put them on the table, and start from there. Heck yeah. Oh dear. Oh, also, I've nearly finished, basically, because I kind of had assumed I was going to be away, I did lots and lots of editing for the Clips channel ahead of time, so that when I went away, it would still upload every day. But now that I'm not away, it's like, oh, well, I've just given myself a really nice break then. But it means that I've nearly finished editing the April highlights, which is like before April is over. But it's ended up good. It's ended up a good thing. It means I have not too much to do this week. I can play like wobbly dogs and stuff and not have to worry about it. Oh, so Ellie, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Ah, dear. I hope the week is treating you well. Yesterday, this is probably not a very exciting story for most people, but it is relatively exciting for me. I mowed the lawn for the first time ever yesterday. I mean, we didn't exactly mow it. We don't really have a lot of lawn, so we just have a strimmer. And I strimmed the lawn for the first time ever. But I'm gonna say that I mowed the lawn because I feel like that sounds a bit better. Since growing up, we either had like a communal garden, which was like not ours to touch, or we've never had a garden. So like, which is pretty common in renting in the UK, at least. Like, this isn't like an unusual thing. Like, when you rent in the UK, it's pretty uncommon like, you pay extra for like a nice grass garden. So like, most of the time, if that's not something you need because you don't have like a dog or something like that, or maybe kids, you don't have like a garden with your property. But when we purchased this house, we wanted to make sure that we had a garden. and because we wanted to get a dog, and so we wanted, like, even if it's like a small bit of lawn, we wanted some lawn, right? And last year, well, we had like it was really hot when we moved in, so like the grass had kind of like died, and then it got really cold, so the grass didn't grow. So it's only really just started growing over the last like month, I'd say. And I've been waiting and waiting because we've had this trimmer since last year, and I'm like, I'm ready to do it. I'm gonna cut the lawn for the first time. And yesterday I did. Hell yeah, it's the first cut. It's a sign of spring, summer. Heck yeah. And all of our neighbors have been mowing their little, because we've all got these little patches of lawn. So they've all been mowing their little patches, and I was like, I want to mow our little patch of lawn. But yeah, the only thing I might say, we might still get a lawnmower at some point. Like, it's not urgent. We really don't have that much lawn, and we could also maybe borrow one from family or something if we desperately needed it. But I might maybe at some point save up for a lawnmower, because holding a strimmer while walking around is like a heckin' arm workout that I don't think I was ready for, especially because it was quite warm yesterday, which was nice. Honestly, it was nice. Also, I should say, Pajaffers, good morning. I hope you've had a good week so far. Welcome on in. But yeah, yesterday, for the first time ever in my life, I mowed a lawn, and I was a bit tired, but I felt very like, yes, this was like what I wanted. I wanted a lawn, and I wanted to be able to mow it, and here I am mowing my lawn. I'm sure it'll become a chore in no time whatsoever, but I was very excited. I even told my family about it. I was like, family, I'm gonna mow the lawn for the first time. And they were like, oh my god, heck yeah, you mow that lawn. Oh dear. It's like the little things. I guess if you've been in like renting for a while, maybe this is relatable, but unless you've been in renting in the UK for a while, we haven't had a garden. Like, we just don't get a garden. You just don't have a garden. Never have a garden. I think the closest we've had is like a stone patio kind of thing. But we've lived in flats, which of course you don't have a garden in a flat. We've lived in some houses. Like, the last place we lived was a house, but the garden had like been paved over, which makes sense if you're doing it for renting, because you don't want the renters to let it get overgrown and stuff. So it was completely paved. So yeah, just never had it. Just wanted to plant my strawberry plants. Oh, but it's being oh shoot. Yeah, you wouldn't want to plant them and then they immediately die. Understandable. Hopefully it chills out a bit, but not literally. Also, good morning. I like the new style. Thank you. I did. I can grow it again if I want to. It doesn't have to remain short, but I thought we'd have a nice short hair day because the weather's getting warm, and warm weather is perfect for short hair, right? Oh dear. Yeah, it's just a toggle that I have, but I don't use it very often. And it's like, well, wouldn't it maybe be fun to have it if my hair could grow in and grow back again? So I have that. Ah dear. I hope you're doing well, girl. I hope things are going well for you. Are you having? We did yesterday. I'd say today maybe not quite so much. It's kind of sunny today. I thought it was going to be tipping down, but it's kind of sunny. But it's like still a little bit chilly, to be honest. We're getting there. It's like it's just peeking into spring a little bit. We're having some slightly warmer days. We have also been warned of having both a heat wave and a cold spike in the same week. So next week might be kind of intense because we've had like the opposite ends of weather warnings of like, careful Jelly, you're going to be in a heat wave and a cold spike, and it's like, what does that mean? Can you have that at the same time? But yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll even out and it'll just be like a relatively nice temperature. Plant, creeping thyme and clover. Got a lovely soft lawn that you'll hardly need to mow. Also, ooh, okay. Flowers, purple and white. Aww. But to be honest though, we're not going to be doing much of our lawn. Our lawn is really, okay, maybe I'm overselling it. Our lawn is really small. really small. We'll be probably doing most stuff in plant pots and like the planting stuff. You know, the big beds. We'll be getting some of those around the edge of the house. It's not, unfortunately, it's not a huge garden. It costs a lot of money to have that sort of thing. But it's a good size for us, and I'm just happy to have something, to be honest. Like, we haven't had anything for the longest time. Our dear bees love it. Well, fortunately, the previous owners of this house, they clearly had, like, they loved animals, they loved bees, they loved growing. So, like, there's already, like, a lot of stuff set up. Like, they already have, like, lavender, a few other plants that are attracting a lot of bees and stuff like that. So, we don't actually have to do that much work because the previous owners were, like, on it. We just have to mow the lawn and then plant some stuff in like the pots. We were very lucky. Oh dear. You could tell though, like we were also lucky enough that we met the owners that lived here before. Like there's not something you always get to do with buying a house, but we did. We met them. We also met their dog. They had a very, very cute little dog. So yeah, we kind of got to see what they were about, and they were chill. They were chill. It was cool. They obviously had like a lot of similar values that we have, and like the same sort of stuff that we did. Our design sense is very different, and there's like a lot of issues with the house, obviously, which is why we're going through and fixing it. But like, you know, the core values of what we wanted in a house were very similar. We're very lucky. It wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. All I needed was a light jacket. Hey, nice. Yes, it's called May in Norway. Oh, it shouldn't be like that in Wales. Heck. But yeah, no, it's going to be weird next week. Oh dear. I hated gardening when I was younger. Now I'm getting old. It's fun. And I'm proud of my black. I love black currants. I love black currants. Also, Spuzzy, good morning. Excuse me, silent hick. Ah, dear. Yeah, I love black currants. So they've left a trellis for us if we want to have like anything growing. We're considering our options right now because honestly, I would like to grow loganberries because I grew up with my family growing loganberries, and like you can't buy them in stores. Also, goat, thank you for making me wholesome, and thank you for the big hick. Ah dear. Yeah, so you can't really buy loganberries in stores, and like I grew up eating them. And I thought that would be kind of a nice one to add. But like, there's a few things we'd like to get done first. I'd like it that building supplies were not constantly going in and out of the house, because all it takes is for them to knock the trellis and we'd have to start again. So, you know, I'm holding off on the planting things until more of the heavy duty building stuff is done. But I'm making plans. I'm making plans for when I can do it. I know that I want to grow pumpkins again because I've always liked growing pumpkins. Pumpkins have always been my favorite thing to grow. I'm thinking loganberries and maybe courgettes. Those are the three that I'm like, I think those ones would be good. It's a bit of a ways off. I don't think we'll make it this year, but for next year, yeah, that's the plan. Disney, it has banned the US. Oh, it's because it's not actually, okay. So we've had this discussion before, Spudsy, like not with you personally, but like in this channel, because it is also one that I really like. It was banned in the US for a really long time because there is a parasite that can like spread from black currants to the pine trees or something like that, and those trees were the ones they were using for industry. And so they didn't want their trees to get infested because then that would cause like a really big problem in America. However, they are no longer banned most of the places. It's just that because it's not a flavor that America's really had, it's not popular. And so they don't really make anything out of it. So while it's very popular over here in Europe, it is not very popular in America because it's not a flavor that they had for a long time. Yeah, there you go. It sounds like I have like very weird specific knowledge, but it's because we've talked about it before on the channel and we've like looked into it and stuff like that, because it's like I was curious as to why it was banned as well, because when I said blackcurrant tart is my favorite kind of tart, we had a lot of Americans be like, what's a blackcurrant, like a blackberry? And it's like, not a blackberry, a blackcurrant. And it is different, but yeah, it's just not a popular flavor over there. So it's like, even though technically, I think it's still banned in a couple places, but like there's plenty of states in America where it's not banned. It's just unpopular. Oh dear. I never heard about currants till I was here. Yeah, it's like, I'm wondering if maybe like give it a little while, it'll become like a more popular flavor. But yeah, and then maybe you'll find that they grow more over there. But for now, it's definitely like a European thing rather than a American thing. Oh dear, like you guys get grape flavor as your purple normally, right? Whereas we have the black currant is more likely to be purple. Like grape is relatively unusual here. And I'll be honest, like I don't know so many people that like grape flavoring either. Maybe it's the same for you with blackcurrant. It's like because it's like a different flavor and it's like not to your palate. Maybe that's part of the reason a lot of people don't like it. Because yeah, I'd say I'm the same with grape. I don't really like grape. Like whenever I've tried grape flavored things, I don't really like it. A lot of my friends don't really like it either. And it's also not a particular popular flavor here in the UK. Oh dear. It's not like we don't have grapes. It's just like we have blackcurrant as our purple flavor. Oh dear. No, I'm like that. I'm not the only one who's curious about it. Yeah. Well, it's one of my favorites, and I grew up eating blackcurrant tarts and stuff like that, and I make them myself, or blackcurrant pies. Although I buy it as like a tin. I buy tinned blackcurrants. Just they work really well in pies. You don't have to add or take away that much, and you just there you go, straight in. That way you can focus on making your pastry if you fancy it, rather than having to focus all on the pie filling. So yeah, I like that. I like grapes as a fruit. I don't like it as a juice. As a juice, what, like wine or like grape juice? Grape juice is very, very sweet. But I mean, I'll be honest, I don't dislike it. I just wouldn't have it very often, you know? Like, I like it, but it's like, maybe as a every now and again, because it's so sweet. Wine I like, but I'm not allowed to drink it very much, so it's like... But I do like it. I'd like to give it a try. Honestly, I would recommend trying it. You might find that it's not to your taste. And also, it's the same with grape, right? Grapes taste very different to grape flavoring. I would say blackcurrant flavoring tastes pretty different to blackcurrants as well. Blackcurrants, like in a pie, like they say it's like a sweet pie or something like that. They're very, very rich berries. They're like a little bit tart and very sweet, and they have like a real like richness to them. Like, I find I have one slice and I feel very, very, very good done. Like, I don't need more than that. What ingredients are in your pie crust depends on the pie. It depends on the pie. I mean, obviously your standards like your butter, your flour, but it depends. All of my families, also, by the way, if you want all the details, I can put them in the Discord, but they're mainly family recipes. I'm gonna have to get the cards. Actually, does anybody else have that? They had like their family recipes are all in like a little plastic box on cards, and they're all like handwritten. We scanned them all into the computer recently to make sure that we didn't lose them. But yeah, I'd have to read all the cards because there's a few different ones in there, and honestly, some of them I don't like. I think a lot of the recipes are also from the 80s, and it's like there's just questionable mixes in there, you know? Questionable. And I don't want to judge anyone, but questionable. Oh dear. I was talking about this on Discord recently. I was like, 80s food. Food from the 80s. Stuff just sunk in gelatin. Did anyone else see those? They look like gelatin desserts, but they're like starters, and they're what do you call it, like ham, pea, and fish in like a gelatin. I have a recipe for that. I also have a recipe for fish salad, which is very weird, and has like a God, I'm feeling gross just thinking about it. It has like bananas, mayonnaise, fish, and like something else really questionable in it. And it's like, all these ingredients are fine on their own, but like the idea of mixing them together, like it does kind of make me shiver. And I'm wondering if these are like recipes that came from when like maybe these foods first arrived in the UK, or like we first had them, because like it's such a weird mixture of stuff that you definitely wouldn't put together now. What the heck? Yeah. I might have actually some of them. Wait, let me look. Excuse me, sorry. Like I said, I've been scanning a lot of them into the computer. So I might actually have, where would it be? Can I download it as this? Oh, some of these are gonna be good. Ginger shortbread, that's good. I don't even know what some of these are for. What's this? Almhouse cake? Not sure what that is. Small fruit cakes are probably good. Shortbread is normally good. Macaron tart. Yeah, that's another weird pastry. We'll leave that one. Ginger slices are fantastic, and you will not hear. Okay, those are like the bakery ones. I think these are the wrong ones. I need the weird ones, please. I mean, that's not too bad. Avocado pate. All right. See, I can't see the name of some of these because they're just like a little bit off. Well, I can't say this one on Twitch. Well, I mean, I could. But I think I'll be taken out of context. I'm not gonna say it. or that one. This is the thing. In the UK, we have a food dish called faggots. Don't take that out of context. It is nothing to do with like slurs or anything like that. It is literally just parts of an animal. When I'm looking at a lot of recipes, a lot of the time, especially like during war times where a lot of these recipes are from, it's like using all the parts of the animal, and so there'd be like a lot of faggot recipes. But yeah, it's not. When I'm looking through these, I'm like, these, you know, you have to be really careful with that sort of stuff, and I understand why, because obviously you don't want to come on Twitch and hear people saying slurs, but it is, I promise it is just food. Where was I? Oh wait, where is it? Where is it? Did I accidentally close it? Oh no, there it is. Okay. But I'm still going. Bread and butter pudding is 10 out of 10. Oh, here we go. Okay. Are you guys ready for banana salad? Banana salad. You're not ready for this. Also, if I look really weird, they've been scanned in horizontal and I can't switch them over, so I'm just reading them horizontally. Banana salad. It's 4 ounces of long grain rice, 2 large bananas, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 medium red eating apple, 1 green grape, 1 ounce of green grapes, 3 ounces of canned pineapple, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped walnuts, 1 tablespoon of sultanas, a large lettuce with leaves, 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut. How'd you like that? That's a nice banana salad. I think the weirdest one in there is that there's rice. Oh dear. Creme brulee is good. We like creme brulee. We don't question that one. I think that's fine. It's a little unusual, but it's fine. Cornish pasties. We love Cornish pasties. Fruit crumble. That's fine. You don't know, it's fine, it's fine. There's weird fish in it, but it's alright, it's not that unusual. Wait, what is that? Oh, you know what, it's fine. Basic bun, we love a basic bun. Lemon curd is delicious. Lemon souffle, I probably wouldn't try a souffle, but don't dislike it. Praline is good. Oh god, okay. I apologize in advance. Any Swedish people in chat? For here I have, in fact, a Swedish chicken salad. Which once again starts with 6 ounces of long grain rice, a green apple, a red apple, a banana, cooked chicken, lemon juice, a third of a pint of double cream, a third of a pint of mayonnaise, and curry powder. Any Swedish people in chat want to claim that they eat this? Anyone from Sweden eat this? Listen, I'm not judging. If you eat this, you're good. Also, good morning, Unpredictable. I hope you're doing well. Every country has weird recipes. Oh, for sure. And I'm like, these are like, you know, 80-year-old recipes. A lot of them, I'm assuming a lot of them had to do with like getting together what you could with rationing and the wars and stuff. So like, they're not gonna all be ideal recipes that you'd necessarily want to eat today. That one is kind of unusual. But like, a lot of them are good. Like, a lot of these are fine. What is... I'm not going to be able to read this right now, but I'm not sure I like the idea of sour fish. Oh, a fish salad. Oh, God. 5 ounces. Oh, no, this is fine. It's not awful. 5 ounces of macaroni, 1 tin of tuna, grated onion, grated carrot and chive, 2 large tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs chopped up, 1 cup of walnuts, seasoning and celery seed, 2 sticks of celery, and mayonnaise. I'm gonna stop reading old recipes now. However, you get an idea. You get an idea. Thing is, I kind of treasure those recipes. I'm not gonna make them anytime soon, you know, because I don't think they sound particularly tasty. But like, I treasure them still. Like, I don't know. That I just couldn't imagine people making them now, and so like they kind of feel special. Like, it's kind of cool. And again, there's probably a reason people would mix those kind of foods together. Like, I'll be honest, the idea of like, you could put like tin tuna, mayonnaise, and macaroni together, and like, that's not too bad. I think it's like the addition of like the apples and bananas and stuff like that that kind of throws me off a little bit. Or, yeah, all of that stuff. then again, it could just be because I don't really like bananas. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe someone who likes bananas would be like, but jelly, that's delicious. I love my tuna and bananas together. More food is odd. Yeah. It's interesting, but I don't know. It's not something that I'd make, but at the same time, I do like hearing about it. Yeah, we scanned them all into the PC now, so like, obviously there's a lot more than the few that I read out. Most of them are fine. Most of them are like, honestly, more baking style recipes for like different breads, pastries, all that kind of stuff. And like most of those, I still use them. They're like very useful, very, very good recipes, very easy to follow. There's a few that I struggle with, but it's mainly to do with ingredients. Like suet's a big one. Like, you don't get suet really in smaller supermarkets, so I have to order that stuff online. But that kind of stuff is, you know, I tried tuna and grapes once. Wait, really? Oh no. Oh, so Sunkoi, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Really? Oh shoot. Okay, so maybe I've been too hasty. I've never had tuna and grapes or tuna and apple or tuna and banana. So like maybe I've been a little hasty. We've been going through some of the scanned in recipes from like wartime, I'd say, like family, the jelly family during wartime. So like they're a bit unusual, but like, you know, there's some history there. There's probably a reason they were doing that. Oh dear. It checked me a fish salad. I'm not a big fan of fish. That's fair. I'm assuming fish salad is probably not going to be your cup of tea then. The combinations sound like pregnancy cravings. Yeah. You know what? You're not actually wrong, Sleeve. They kind of do sound like pregnancy cravings. Blood sausages or tripe soup? I like blood sausage. I don't think I've had tripe soup. I've had tripe, but like not soup, probably. I guess again, it's like something you might find in a pie, but like maybe not. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, I can't say that I'm the biggest fan of tripe though. Not the biggest fan. I like blood sausage, but I only like it when it's good. Also, I call it black pudding, but yeah, I only like it when it's good. Like, you know, you get Butcher's black pudding is a lot different to like Tesco black pudding. Nokia, like Tesco black pudding feels like there's like, it feels like gritty-ish. I don't know, it's the texture of it's not so good. But if you get it from the Butcher's, it can be really, really delicious because it's mainly just a heavily spiced sausage. It's really good. I grew up eating shit on a shingle, creamed chipped beef or ground beef in a sauce. So, oh really? Wait, that's a good name though. Oh dear. One thing that I had growing up that I really like, and I can see now that you can buy it in some butchers, is dripping, or like bread with dripping. And like, it was always such a treat if we had bread with dripping. And like, you tell people about it and they're like, ew, it's gross. But like, I don't know, I really liked it. I still really like it. I also do like Marmite and like stock tasting stuff. So like maybe that's why I enjoy it, because dripping really kind of is just stock. But it's so good. Oh my god, for 19 months? Jesus Christ, Luna, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. It's like goulash soup, but it's not bad. I preferred a vegetarian who made it with mushrooms. Oh, I love goulash. Oh, goulash is so good. Welcome to a food conversation. We're talking about like some older, I guess like family recipes you might have, or like traditional recipes you might still follow. Yeah. The dripping is delicious. So dripping is like when you've had like beef. So maybe you've like made a roast beef, and then after you've had that, you collect the juice dripping off it, and it solidifies inside of fat. And then you can take that solidified beef dripping, beef sauce kind of thing, and spread it on bread, and it is just fantastic. And I can't describe how good it is. Like, it is the most beefy beef. It is so good. Like, a lot of people don't like it because it solidifies inside of fat, so like you kind of like take that off, and it's like people see it like spreading lard, and it's like, it's not like spreading lard. Like, yeah, sure, if you only took the fat it would be like spreading lard, but it's like you take the solidified sauce, so it's more like stock. It's more like spreading stock, and it's so good. It's so good. And like, it was a rare treat growing up because you'd have to have a roast beef, and like roast beef is expensive and stuff. So like, it was very much like a treat we'd get sometimes, or maybe like our grandparents would give us some kind of thing. But oh my god, I loved it so much. It was so good. And I only did it for 8 years, and I've never tried Marmite. It's scary. When you try Marmite, all right, whenever I see people doing it online, it is very funny watching people try Marmite for the first time, to be fair, because it is a very strong taste. But like, when you're trying Marmite for the first time, mix it with butter. Like, so like get like a knob of butter and like a little knob of Marmite and just mix them together and then spread that on bread. Because if you just take straight Marmite with nothing else, I don't eat straight Marmite. I don't think anyone who likes Marmite just eats straight Marmite out of a jar. Like, it's really, really strong. Like, you kind of want to take like a little bit of Marmite and some butter, mix them together and spread it to like tone down the flavor a little bit. And then maybe if you find it too mild, add like a bit extra, you know, less butter, more Marmite. I also recommend mixing it with butter and then spreading it rather than trying to spread it on top of butter, because it can be really patchy, and again, if you're just getting used to the flavor for the first time, might be worth to go a bit milder. But like, that's how I'd recommend. If you're eating Marmite for the first time, mix it with butter, spread it on bread or toast, ideally toast, I think. And then yeah, thin. Yeah, you know, in YouTube videos, they slather it on like it's chocolate spread, and it's like, you don't want to have like, sorry, it's like you're basically eating a stock cube. Like, when people are doing that, the reason they're having stock, it's so salty. So like, you wouldn't take a bite out of a stock cube. You'd mix it with water and stuff like that first, right? Like, don't just eat Marmite. The other thing is that is kind of what Marmite can be used for. You use it in cooking to like richen a gravy or something like that, because it has like a really strong stock taste. So yeah. Did the smell's putting me off? Does it smell? Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I didn't remember that Marmite smelled. Melted butter and peanut butter on toast is the best. Oh, you know, I like peanut butter and Marmite because I like strong Marmite, but I also find that peanut butter is a really good mixture for it. Like, if you don't want to use butter, which I personally don't, I use peanut butter, and like peanut butter and Marmite. Oh, it sounds like a weird combination, but it's like you have like the kind of dull saltiness of the peanut butter, and then you have the really strong flavor of the Marmite, and it kind of mutes it a little bit. So like, I don't know how to explain it, but it makes a really good in-between flavor. Yeah. Oh dear. 2 things I hate. Oh yeah, probably not for you then, sleeves. Oh dear. But yeah, for me, I like it. I tried PB&J a few weeks ago and I like it. I'm not keen on PB&J, but then I'll be honest, I don't normally like peanut butter either. The only time that I like peanut butter is either in cooking, where you're like making a stir fry or something. I feel like that's a little different, or with Marmite, and they're the only times I'll eat it. I don't like it on its own. I don't like it with jam or anything sweet. I only really like it in cooking and what do you call it, with Marmite. We have a whole jar of it downstairs just so I can eat it with Marmite. Oh dear. You don't like PB, do you not? Oh, me neither. Same. Blue, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I am alright, thank you. I am doing some sequining. We have our camera angle back to the way that it used to be. I've had some time over the last couple of days to like really fiddle with my setup. I've also got a new monitor. I got the camera so that we're not constantly like zooming in and out. I also got a cable extender so it can go back up there again. Good times. Good heckin' times. All this food number. Oh, I'm so sorry. Good thing half of it sounds bad. Yeah, like, listen, if you want me to keep talking about the recipes from the 80s, I can. Oh, dear. I think the thing that gets me is, like, how many recipes from the 80s use, like, gelatin. And, like, it just felt like, you know, you had something good going there, and then you added gelatin? Like, why? Why? I'm sure there's a reason, and maybe if I was around during that time I would understand, but like from an outsider's perspective, it's like, why have you got to add gelatin to everything? Why has everything got to have gelatin in it, huh? 80s? What's going on? It's good. You don't want to hear about the gelatin stuff? Oh dear. There you go. Right. Scoot that over there. Scoot that over there. Yeah, we have kind of closer to our old setup again, which is nice. Obviously, I haven't got face cam going still. I don't know. I should say my face is actually pretty good at the moment. I'm still having issues with one of my ears, and other than that, like, I'm pretty good. Thankfully, it took a minute to clear up, but like, it feels pretty all right now. Do you know how a lot of gelatin is made? Oh yeah, I know it's not vegan. I'm very aware. I grew up eating suet. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, I love how pastel jelly it kind of does. Heck yeah. Matches the design. Heck yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, was it to do with the setup? Oh, I've forgotten. It's gone. It's gone. My mind has left it. Oh dear. But yeah. No holiday, but lots of good setup changes. Heck yeah. A lot of people flip out when how gelatin is made. Yeah, I mean, I grew up cooking. I think it depends how. It depends what kind of family you have, and also like a lot of people just don't have. Okay, here's the thing. When talking about food on Twitch, you will find a lot of people are quite, I don't want to say sheltered when it comes to food, because I don't feel like that's the right way of putting it in this particular case, but at least in the UK, if you have parents at work a lot, or if you have maybe a single parent or anything like that, the likelihood of you eating a large amount of food or being able to cook in the kitchen and stuff like that is pretty small. Like, I know that I'm very lucky that I was grown up cooking and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't like the word sheltered because it feels like that was on purpose, but I feel like it's unfortunately just like a circumstance thing where people won't know where food is made, because it's, food is very much like a thing you eat and you move on kind of stuff, because you don't have the resources or like the time to do that sort of stuff with your kid. So like, I don't like the kind of, I've already said the word that I wanted to use, don't worry, I'm predictable. Go back, if you go back 5 seconds, you'll find it. Oh God, what was I saying again? Shoot. Oh yeah, when people talk about food, they can often get really up their own arse. I was trying to think of a nice way of saying it. I can't think of a nice way of saying it. They can get really up their own arse, like, oh, you haven't tried so-and-so, oh, you only eat chicken nuggets, oh my God, like, oh my God, I can't believe that you haven't even tried this, oh my God, you're scared of trying new foods, and like, it just comes across as like you're an asshole. A lot of people don't have those opportunities to eat those foods young, and so it can become really, really difficult to try lots of different things. And so, also, I should say, this isn't targeted at anyone in chat, but it is just something that I wanted to talk about separately from the discussions that we were having. Sorry, should have mentioned that earlier. And like, but this is the thing, Spudsy, I say we go up pro, we always cooked. The amount of families in the UK that work so many hours they physically can't cook for their kids. Like, the amount of people that work multiple jobs. I've worked multiple jobs. And like, just to get by, it's like there are so many families who will never be able to cook for their kids, and they can just do like quick heat up in the oven stuff. And it can just come across as really like shitty when people put down those people, like, especially as well, like, we've had people come into the chat before and be like, oh yeah, I grew up only eating this and that. And other people would say things like, lol, coward, eat food, try things. It's like, that's not the case. Like, it's not that they're scared. It's not necessarily. Or maybe they are scared, but they just haven't had those same opportunities as you. Food's a big one. And I don't like, it's sad to think that it can happen with food, because food's something that's really important to me in my upbringing and stuff like that. The amount of people I've met as an adult who have never had any of those opportunities to cook, to eat different foods and stuff like that, and then grow up as an adult who is worried about eating different foods and it literally just comes down to the fact that their parents have had to work like so often. It's so sad. It's so sad. Anyway, this all comes down to the fact that I do have to like clarify that I'm very lucky with my upbringing in that like I had a parent who was very passionate about cooking and had the time to cook, which meant that I grew up in a household that was constantly cooking, and I was very, very lucky for that. Like, I'm not going to say we were rolling in it or anything like that, but I was very, very lucky in many ways, because I could try different foods growing up, which left me to become an adult who wasn't that afraid of trying new foods and already had like a pretty advanced palate. But that's the thing, is I'm lucky for that. Like, most people I know do not get it, like, do not have that. The thing about multiple children, the chance of you having a full-time job which doesn't pay well, chicken nuggets and chips are a reasonable option. Exactly. Also, hi, Cthulhu, I hope you're doing well. Is this Jellyfish Fields? What, the song? Maybe. I know it's from Planet Coaster, right? But I don't know what the song title itself is. Yeah, but you could be right. I've had to survive on a student diet. I really do get it. Yes, I used to in university. So for me, I don't really have a choice but to cook. And like, my parents got me into cooking young because we knew this was going to be the case. I have a lot of food intolerances, a lot of things that I'm not able to eat. And so I think I would have been I would have been like 7 when I got that. So, as a kid, I grew up knowing that I was going to have to cook everything. to make sure that I was eating things that were safe for me. You know, that's pretty normal with a lot of kids with allergies or intolerances. You have to be very careful because there are just traces of things in everything. It is what it is. And yeah, so we did that. And it meant that when I left home, I obviously had like a pretty good cookbook and a pretty good like idea of the things that I couldn't eat and all that kind of stuff. I survived for like a whole year at one point eating noodles, like but spaghetti, not like noodles, like spaghetti, because I couldn't afford the noodles. In like in soy sauce water and hot water, with some broccoli on it. I was not great, that's for sure. And like I grew up knowing how to cook, and I grew up all that, but like what could you do? I used to love cooking, but my kids are allergic to a bunch of stuff, so everything has to be yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the same situation as us. It's like, you know, you have to be super careful if you have like a kid with an allergy or something like that. Like the one benefit I guess it does get is, especially if the kid is okay with taking part, is that you can, you know, teach your kid young how to cook so that they can survive on their own one day. But it is a pain. It is a pain, like having any kind of intolerances or allergies and stuff that you have to be careful about, because it unfortunately means you kind of do always just have to cook. Like even if you want to have like a night off, it's like no night offs for you. Cooking only. Positives and negatives, I guess. Ah, dear. Who knows though? Maybe one day the scientists will find out how to like cure allergies. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know how that would work because I really don't understand how allergies work. I'm not scientist. I'm jellyfish, not scientist. But I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. Learn how to cook when you move by yourself, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people though do just eat pasta, and it's like, you know, you get by. And even those things are becoming quite expensive here, at least. I hear in America though it's a lot worse. I've heard, you know, because things have gotten expensive here, but when I look across to like how America is doing on its food prices, it's like, oh, it's spooky. That's why I always say, like, when it comes to like donating bits and stuff like that, make sure that you can at least buy yourself a snack first, because weirdly that money goes a long way these days. 100 bits, that for, like, we've talked about this before, but for me that's a whole bag of donuts. For you over in America, that's not even one donut. Like, make sure you can at least rival me in donuts before donating, and I feel like it should go the same for any streamer kind of thing. Oh, it's from SpongeBob, I see. Oh dear, she helps with the big prep. Aww, heck yeah. The only thing, I've said this before to be fair, the only thing that I don't like prepping is potatoes. That's because I have just a very coincidental history of fainting while peeling potatoes. And even though it has nothing to do with the potatoes or any, like literally it's just bad luck. And like also if you're someone who has like fainting as a thing, you're more likely to faint when you're hungry, so smelling food could make you faint kind of stuff, even if it's literally smelling raw potatoes. It has nothing to do with the potatoes themselves, but I have been forever put off just prepping potatoes. I don't like it. I get fearful. Excuse me. Oh my god, big heck. I know they're looking cat allergies. I hope there be some vaccine. Oh, true! So they don't produce the saliva bit when they're like, aww. Like little antihistamines for kitties. Oh. Heck yeah. I said thank you for the hick. I have screeched many a time. Oh, I did also want to mention this, and I'll mention it near the end of the stream as well. I'm going to be opening commissions earlier than I said I would, because obviously I'm not on holiday. Initially, I wasn't going to open commission slots again until next month, but we will be opening, I think, just a couple to start with. Again, I'm taking things relatively slowly, but I will be opening commissions for full body, half body, and PNG tubers. I do the art and the rigging. I'm not opening for just art or just rigging just yet, because I don't want to open for too many things when I'm only just starting out. But yeah, if you're wanting a VTuber, where do you have info? We don't have it published yet, but it will be all in the Discord. There's actually a link underneath the stream, which has like my face there, and it says like VTuber commissions. You'll be able to click that, and then when it goes live later today, you'll have all the information there. But I haven't published the information yet because I wasn't expecting to to be here to like, if anyone had any questions. Like, that's the thing, I didn't want to open commissions and then go on holiday and then not reply to anyone, because it's like, that's kind of mean. But then obviously I haven't gone on holiday, so it's like, well, I guess I can just open them then. So the plan is that I'll be opening them a little later today. We again be doing PNGs, full VTuber models, and half VTuber models. These will now be at like the regular prices because we had the ones from before claimed, so these won't be at the reduced price anymore. They're not going to be going back reduced either. At this point, unless we do any special giveaways, that will be the price of them. Yes. And that's that. Yeah, I might add more things to it at a later date. The only thing that I think that's significantly changed from the commissions the first time around is that you have to have a character reference. It doesn't have to be like from every single angle, but at least having one character reference and ideally a portrait as well. If you don't have that, I will do it for you, but there is an extra fee. Just because one of the things I learned when doing the commissions was that the people that were commissioning me didn't, I think only one person had a reference for their character, which meant that I probably spent like 50 hours making characters for people. Well, no, not that much, but like probably a good 20 hours on both of them. And it's like, yeah, I'd rather, like, that's a lot of work to not be paid for. So yes, going forward, if you do not have a character reference, I can make you one, but there is a fee, because otherwise it's just not fair. I felt really bad last time as well, because like there's some people that I've just spent a lot longer on than others, and it's just because I've made their character for them as well. So yes. Also, that isn't like a dig at the people who did commission me. I very much appreciate anyone who reached out for commissions. It's more just like, I don't feel right giving some people all of that extra time and other people not. And that was why we did those first ones anyway, because it was for like teething problems, and if we came across anything like that. So yeah, I think that's the only thing that's majorly changed. Nya, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Who pops up the Discord? Yeah, it's because it's all in the Discord. So you will have to go through the Discord server invite and then go to the commissions one, because I don't have like my own website or anything right now. I'm doing it all through the Discord, and it makes it a bit easier for me as well, because when it comes to communications, like for updates and progress, it's much easier to do all of that through Discord. If you don't have a Discord, you can always DM me privately and stuff like that on Twitch, and we can see what we can do. But Discord allows relatively large photos to be sent across, so as I'm making it, I can send you photos, which is good. So yeah, it'll take you to a link to the Discord, but as I said, there isn't any information there just yet because I have not opened commissions. You will find there is a commissions like channel, but it will just say not taking commissions right now because yeah, they're not open yet. I wanted to make sure they were fully closed while I was on a holiday, even though I didn't end up going on holiday. Oh, right, yeah. You're good. Yeah, it takes you to the Discord. It's just easier for me. Ah, dear. One day I'll be on a proper commissions website, but I'm not there yet. I have applied, though. I've applied to a couple places to be like, hey, can I do you have my stuff on your website? But yeah, is your holiday delayed? My holiday is cancelled, unfortunately, completely cancelled. So this was something my family had planned for like a whole year, I want to say. So like it was, you know, because there's a lot of planning to get everybody together, to take the time off work, to, you know, have all of that kind of stuff. So what we ended up doing, which I will say, I'm also happy that it ended up like this. This is also the way that I wanted it to go. My family all had COVID. All of them have had COVID in the last couple weeks, and a couple of them are still testing positive. They didn't have any symptoms or anything, and they're the only people staying. It's like a little lodge, so like they were the only people staying in the lodge. It wasn't like they were staying with anybody else or they saw anybody else. So they we all decided that they would go together, all of them, including the people that were still testing positive, because they'd all had the same COVID. So they'd all been meeting up, so they all got the same one. But because I'm high risk, I'm still recovering from bronchitis in January. It's very much not advised that I go and see anyone with COVID, even if even if they're not symptomatic. Like, I am a high enough risk where it's like, you know. And also, for those who aren't aware, high risk just means you're more likely to be hospitalized with COVID rather than just have like a cold. For me, because I'm still having a lot of breathing difficulties, getting a respiratory issue right now would be very dangerous. So me and Shiny couldn't go because obviously Shiny's staying with me. But everybody else went. So everybody else is still on holiday. But again, I kind of prefer that in many ways. You know, at the end of the day, I would not benefit out of that holiday as much as everybody else does in many ways, because I can't walk very far, and there's a lot of the activities that they wanted to do over the next week, I wouldn't be able to do them anyway. And with it being like a really high risk for me, it's just, yeah, no. So it is not, I am the only person who didn't go. Well, me and Shiny. The rest of my family is all on holiday together. Sorry, this is why I wasn't going to bring it up too much on the stream, because obviously it's like not a very happy situation. But it is the, like, out of all of the options that it could have been, it is the best one, because the rest of my family still get to see each other, and like a few of them are popping by on the way back so that they can stop by and see me and say hi, and we can have a cup of tea and stuff. You know, we've not had any arguments. Our whole family's sad about the way that it's turned out, but it is what it is. Yay. It's just, you know what, 2023 is a year. I'm hoping that the second half of the year gets its act together a little bit, because this first half of the year has been a little bit rough, to be honest. Sorry, dear. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but I will say I'm really happy to see the rest of my family is having a good time, and I'm glad that they were still, because I think now everybody has tested negative. Again, I still wouldn't be able to go, because like 10 days for me, so like I still can't go really, even if they test negative, but it means that they can go out and about and do stuff, and like not have to worry about anyone else catching it for them, unless they're like me, in which case they probably won't be out and about anyway. So yeah, it's good. Plus they're mainly just doing walks. They're just going on long walks. It's a walking holiday. So yeah, I'm sad, but I'm happy that they're having a good time, and I'm happy that some people were still able to go, because for a minute there it looked like no one was going to be able to go, and that probably would have been the saddest, you know. Again, my family have been planning this for like a whole year, so if no one had been able to go, that would have been like the worst. And again, I'd rather the people that did end up going, well, it's a little difficult to explain without me saying exactly who, what, and when and stuff like that, but I'd rather the people who did go went rather than me, because they can get more out of a holiday like that than I can, and I can just see them another time. Yeah. So it's not the end of the world. Plus, listen, it means you get to spend more time with me. It means you get more jelly streams, and I can open commissions earlier and stuff like that. Plus, I've already got, I ordered the stuff that broke from last month, where I had my monitor and my camera break. As you can see, look at this camera with a long cord, and we've got up 2 monitors now, so I'm not like breaking my neck to stream. So it's good stuff. It's given me, you know, as much as it's sad that it's happened like this, it's not been completely bad. Plus, yesterday I helped mow the lawn for the first time ever, so that was really good as well. I've wanted to do that for a long time. So yeah, not the worst. We're living. Sorry. Oh dear. Next time I'll yeah, sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, no, it's fine. It honestly just means you guys have to put up with me a little bit more. Oh dear. Yeah. I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, I'm alright. I shall live. Go. And in there. Ooh. Also, it's mean that, like, because we'd organised like a lot of builders to come this week and stuff, because we again assumed we weren't going to be here, so it was like, oh, good timing, right? You know, like when we're not here. But actually, because so much stuff went wrong with the house last week with the flooding and stuff, it's kind of been good that we have been here, even though it's obviously a bit of annoyance, you know, where I do feel quite underfoot at times, but like it's actually been quite useful we're here, because we've had to make more decisions and stuff. So even though it wasn't planned, but we also didn't plan for the bathroom to flood, so you know, even though it wasn't planned, in some ways it's worked out okay. there can be contrasting feelings like that is happening. It's sad things didn't turn out the way it's expected, but it was also be able to find the positive in it. Yeah. Again, I'm just glad some people were able to go, because again, for a while it really did look like no one was going to be able to go, and that I think would have been the most sad. So yeah, all things considered, it wasn't a worst case scenario, and like I can see my family again. It's not like I won't ever see them again. Touch wood. It should be fine as long as there's no, like, I don't know, walking accidents. Everything should be fine. I could just see them another time. Yeah. There we go. What it really was is the universe was like, you need more time to work on your cosplay, Jelly. You're getting behind with all this VTuber shenanigans. And I'm like, ah, shoot, you're right, universe. I do need to be working harder at my cosplay. I've been getting distracted by all the other arts and crafts I've been doing. My bad, universe. Let me just crack on with this a little bit more. Although, I'll be honest, listen, if we're completing one of these a week, which I think is about the speed we're going, which is quite good to be fair, that means we are doing 25 hours of work a week on the cosplay, which is not quite full-time or anything, but like, I don't know, I feel like that's pretty impressive. I feel like 25 hours of work on cosplay a week is like a lot, especially since it's a hobby. 25 hours a week on a hobby? Heck yeah. I've also been, so here's the thing, this is gonna sound very unbelievable because I never bloody speak it. I've been like trying to touch up my Spanish skills on Duolingo recently. I actually did Spanish for 5 years and I really enjoyed it, and I also had some experience with speaking Spanish outside of the classes as well, so like I wouldn't say that I was quite fluent, but like I was pretty good for a while, but then I haven't spoken for a really long time, so now I'm not confident anymore. So I've been trying to use Duolingo to, like, you know, get a little bit more confident again, because there aren't too many reasons to speak Spanish in Wales, you know, like it just doesn't really come along that often that you need to speak Spanish, right? But I've been trying to use Duolingo to like get better at it again and like feel more confident, but mainly I'm just bashing on Duolingo. Because like it's not that so the issue that I have is I'm very nervous about speaking Spanish, but like I can read Spanish. I'm pretty okay at like writing it as well. I get a bit confused with my accents, but like, you know, I'm not bad. And like the way that Duolingo teaches, I can't speak for other languages because I don't know, but the way that Duolingo teaches Spanish is weird in my mind, like really weird. And like I feel like they're making it more difficult than it needs to be. Maybe that's just me. Has anyone else got experience with like learning a language that they already maybe know quite a bit on Duolingo? Like doing, like if you have like more than one language that you speak, have you ever tried speaking like doing English on Duolingo, or doing like if you already speak Spanish or Dutch or something, doing those on Duolingo? Have you ever tried that? Because the way that it teaches things feels weird. It's a lot of hours, yeah. Sometimes I hate how long everything takes when I craft. I don't hate it, but I can understand why people do. Yeah, it's slow. Also, hi, welcome on in anime. Duolingo is weird for every language, yes. Oh, nice. I'm also trying to learn Spanish on Duolingo. I got a 3-day streak. Nice. I only took one Spanish class, but it was a beginner's class. I did it for GCSE, and GCSE is also not the best normally for learning, but I was very lucky in that I had some friends who was fluent in Spanish, who were like very helpful when it came for me learning, like going over their houses and speaking Spanish and stuff made it a lot easier. I think if you have the opportunity to speak the language that you're trying to learn, it tends to be easier, and I had like a lot of opportunity to do that and also be corrected and stuff. But it's been a while. It's been like 10 years. My BF was learning Czech and it had like weird sentences. Yeah, like one that's really been getting me. And like, again, I'm pretty early in Duolingo. I probably should honestly skip ahead a little bit, but I'm pretty early right now. Also, worries, good morning. Is they're teaching you how to ask, like, so they're teaching you how to ask people if they want a drink, right? Which they're doing it like, tu bebes agua. Tu bebes agua? Which is just, you drink water? You drink water? You drink water? Tu bebes agua? You drink water? Like, there is a word for that. You could say, te gustaría agua. And that would just be, it's not that much harder. I'm so confused. Like, you drink water? It's like, it's such a weird way of asking someone if they would like water. Or just, you could literally just ask, say, you know, do you want water? Literally just saying water like agua would be better than like what they're asking you to say. I'm so confused. It's been annoying me. It's been annoying me so much when I'm like, it's like say this. This is how you ask someone if they want water. Two bebes agua. And I don't want to say it like that. That's such a weird way of saying it. I already know how to say it. I don't say cosplay is my hobby. It consumes my entire life. A hobby is what you do. Oh shoot. I say eating is my hobby. Oh no, eating is my full-time job. I'm sorry. I can't like eating is not my hobby. It's my full. I'm always thinking about my next meal. I'm all right, thank you, Worries. I hope you're doing good. Oh, Eden, welcome on in.
Jelly, 13
Jelly.
months of madness already.
Oh, Eden, welcome on in. We're talking about. Oh, actually, you might have some experience with this as well. We're talking about learning a language you already know on Duolingo. So like going back and like basically doing a language that you already have experience in. I don't know if you've ever done that. Also, Cat Katie, good morning. I spent 20 hours on Wonder Woman's shoe and it was just crap. Yeah, I feel that. The other thing to speak Hungarian is the reason I decided to take a uni course on it once. Couldn't keep up with it. Oh yeah, no, that's very fair. I know that one sentence, that's my aunt's, but why? Yeah, why? When you complete, everyone talks about how, yeah, same. So like whenever, like I nudged my desk there. Whenever I see it say stuff like two bebes agua for asking like, do you want water? It's like, that is not how you ask someone if they want water. And I'm gonna go see if other people have said the same thing. And yeah, you can see like everyone else being like, this is a really weird way of saying it. Like the other thing that's really annoying me about Duolingo so far is they haven't explained how like verbs, I don't know how you put it, but like the way that like when like, you know, bebe or bebo to drink, I drink, but then you have it'll have the same ending. Like it's difficult to explain it, and I'm not a teacher, but like bebo I drink, bebes you drink, bebe he she it drink, bebemos we drink. Like, you know, it's like, and that goes for everything. like not everything, but like, and there are differences in that, but like for the most part you can apply that rule to like a load of verbs. But they haven't mentioned that at all. Instead, they just bring each one in as a new word, and they don't show you the pattern. And it's like, why have they not shown you the pattern? I'm so confused. It would make it so much easier for people to learn this language. Because then they could start to work it out themselves. You know, like, oh, I know that bebo is I drink, so if I want to say we drink, it's probably bebemos. You know? Yeah, like probably, maybe. Something close, like you can kind of start to work it out yourself, and I don't understand why they haven't mentioned that at all. I also did learning English at the Spanish week on Duolingo, and that is, I kind of want to go and see the English one now. I want to go see it, because yeah, I'll be honest, I am not fluent in Spanish, but like I've done 5 years of it, right? And so I've also spoken Spanish-speaking households and like chatted to people in Spanish. I have some Spanish background, not a lot, and especially not because I've not used it for like 10 years, but like I can speak a little. I'm more confident reading, to be honest, because then I don't have to say anything. But I just, oh dear. I got a spam call that with a voice message on my phone today. It was, oh my god, it's time to get out the Duolingo. Where it will tell you whatever that person said in a completely different way. Bebo, I drink bebo. Oh, that's different. I got bebo and bebe. Bebe. Bebemos. Beban. Oh dear. Did you see the dating show, the one that speaks different languages to communicate? I have not. I don't really watch television though, so that's probably why. Duo has a special section on PC. What? Does it? Oh, I've never used it on PC. So if that's true, yeah, you know what? I'd be one of the people that would never literally find it because, yeah. Oh dear. I wonder, I've never tried to learn like French or anything. I'll be honest, that's the thing. I have no experience with French. I can do head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and that's about it. Because I never took French lessons. I wonder if you'd even notice if it was teaching you weirdly if you didn't know any of the language already. I just don't think it'll work on dyslexia, yeah. Because I do it on my phone, the one thing that Duolingo does is it has you like learn how to spell things, right? By being like, oh, you know, spell out gracias. And it's like, I can spell that out. Also say thank you for the horn, welcome on in. And I was like, you know, but after you've said it a couple times or wrote it into your phone remembers it. So now when I start typing it, it completes it for me. So the exercise is kind of like pointless because my phone automatically completes them. Ah, I choke. Oh, you're not supposed to be here, Jenny. I know, Zay. I know. I'm really sad about it, to be honest. If you're curious about what's happened, Zay, I'm not going to explain it again just because it is like a very sad situation. You can see it in the Discord. It's in the general chat. It should be like pretty obvious where it is. Because I don't think I've written anything since. But yeah, I know. But on the plus side, hey, it means you get more horns. You wouldn't have had that horn normally. Oh dear. I bet that. Oh, wait. There you go. I'm a slime lady. I can alter my appearance whenever I want. Honestly. I do hope your days off are nice. I actually did a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So like, as you can see, camera, check. New monitor, you can't see that, but there is a second monitor now, so I can play video games again. Check. And a lot of all of that. Oh dear, but hair back. Look it back. See? Hair back. Oh dear. I had some random letters switching my brain. I think J and S is the same, and W and F. Oh god. Oh no. But your hair got look, hair back. I think I can't redeem you. Can you not redeem? Wait, can you redeem them when I'm offline? Why? Why is that something that it lets you do? There's no reason. Oh dear. Oh, so I want my hair gone again. I'm being short-haired jelly today. Look, I sucked the slime back in. Now I have short hair. Oh dear. I'm actually working on something as well. That's another thing. I wanted to learn a new skill, so I won't tell you what it is yet, but I'm learning a new skill. Another one. Oh dear. I need to get a new cable on my second monitor because sometimes cables just die. Yeah, they do. They just randomly die, and it's like, thanks. You've made me very afraid because whenever I have a cable die, and I've had it happen a couple times, I'm like, how do you know if it's the cable or the monitor, right? One of those is a lot cheaper to repair than the other, or like replace than the other. Luckily, up until this, the issues. Actually, that's not true. I've lost 2 monitors in 6 months. Although one of them was very specifically because someone hit the monitor with a beam as they were fixing the house. I think it might have been shiny. So you know, one of the monitors broke, but we know why that one broke. The other one just broke from age, I think. So it is what it is. Can we redeem them? They get played with. Oh. That's such a weird, evil feature. What the heck? Oh dear. But yeah, sorry, back to what I was mentioning. Duolingo, very weird. But like, at the same time, it's also very accessible. You can get it for free and stuff like that. So I may be complaining a little too much for something that is free. To be fair, you know, free lessons for a language are not something you see every day. Yeah, I get that. Oh dear. I do think sometimes it's worth Googling, like, how common some of the phrases, or just check, not even Googling, like, let's just check if, like, what Goat said, like, when you can see, like, reviews and stuff like that of, like, the certain lessons, have a little look, see what other people are saying, because if, like, a lot of Spanish speakers on the Spanish lesson are saying, like, this is a weird way of saying this, it's probably weird. Oh dear. It's not going to come up with useful for learning words. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Although I still think, as far as verbs go, there's some learning to do there, as in a way of teaching it. But other than that, yeah. I also lost a monitor this week. It was oh no. You have 2 at least though. Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, if you get down to 1, that's when it gets hard, because you can't have like OBS and chat on one screen and game on the other, so it becomes you have to have like everything windowed so that you can have it on the same screen, and then you have teeny tiny game, and that's not fun. No one wants teeny tiny game. You can pay for it if you want Duolingo Plus. Yeah, I don't think I do want Duolingo Plus. Guys, having a tiny GPU before finding my monitor cable. Oh my god. Yeah, the cables. Cables are evil. Oh dear. So true, yeah. There's normally a few good beats. Like Shiny's done it for the Welsh lessons. The other thing is I've been learning both Welsh and Spanish on Duolingo. Spanish obviously has more funding than Welsh. Because Spanish has like exercises and like different things. Welsh has like one thing over and over again, nothing different. Because clearly they just don't have the same, I guess, funding input as Spanish. It makes sense in some ways though, because I guess a lot more people are learning Spanish than they are Welsh. But like it is night and day. But again, like Shiny goes through the Welsh speaking one and like goes and corrects things. Like goes through and leaves reviews of like that's not how you say that, or like what you've written isn't what you've put and stuff like that. Most of the time it's just like you're teaching the more difficult version of something for no reason when nobody uses it anyway. Like you're teaching like art thou well this finest day, when you could just say like you right, you having a good day, how are you? Like that'd be a much normaler way of saying it. Like for some reason a lot of the Welsh are just speaking like weird, very formal, but like, and also like not quite right. For Duolingo Plus, but it's not necessary to buy it at all. I mean, maybe if I get like I hit a wall or something and like I need a little bit extra, maybe then. But I'll be honest, I think I'm alright. I'm mainly just using it to try and get more confident with speaking again. I already know how to say a lot of the stuff that I want. The you drink water is really bothering me in particular because it keeps bringing it up where it's like, ask someone if they want to drink water. And if I put in te gustaría agua, they're like, no! And it's like, but they're like, no, say tu bebes agua. And it's like, but it's such a weird way of writing it. I don't understand. Like it's a statement. Oh dear. But again, like I said, it Spunsy said, it is good for learning vocabulary. Like they do teach you a lot of words, just not necessarily always the best way of putting it. Tu baby agua. Tu baby. Yeah, and that is what I'm saying actually. I've given up on Spanish, that's what I'm saying now. The one thing I can say is, oh, mija or mijo. Yeah, that's the other thing is, I don't think the way they tell you to pronounce things is bad, but I do think it shows where like, because you know where you have to like speak into it, and then sometimes they'll say it back to you, but it sounds completely different. It's like, wait a minute, was I taught to speak this correctly? Who knows? Oh dear. Also, Taz, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are doing some sequining right now. Getting some sequins into another long piece. We have the top-down camera now, so you can see a little better what we've been doing. Got some cable extensions. I got my camera. I got my monitor. Heck yeah. Yeah, things actually came really quickly. I was expecting most of these next week. I was a little surprised when we had, like, Shiny walked around the corner, like, get out the way, and there's, like, this massive pile of stuff. And I was like, wait, already? Like, that feels very, very quick.
First off, Dad, I'm bisexual. Yeah.
Yay. Thank you. Heck yeah. Really fast read. I've got the normal speed so fast. The slow one is weird. Yeah, the slow one is weird because they just, like, slowed down the text where it's like... It's, like, hard to understand. Oh, you done Hawaiian? Ooh. Out of interest, like, I don't know how many languages you've learned, Cat Katie, on Duolingo. Did you find if you did Hawaiian in another language that there was, like, a big difference between how much they taught you? I guess because I've done, like, Welsh and Spanish, it's like, yeah, they're, like, completely different. Completely different. Oh, dear. There you go. There you go. Oh, are you making a costume on the moon past on screen? Yeah, this one. This one. I can smack my head into him. That's the original design though, the one like on the left of the screen. That one over there, that's the way that we're doing it. So yeah, so we got the original design and our design, our redesign for it. But these are for the shoulder pieces. These are our shoulder straps. Heck yeah. I know a bit of Hawaiian. Hello. Oh my god. Oh my god, we have a verified expert in chat. Oh my god. I can't say that I know any Hawaiian, to be honest. I think it makes more sense though for me over in Europe to potentially learn languages in Europe. I'm sure there are some people that speak Hawaiian, but it's probably not quite so common over here. Ah dear. Can you speak some Welsh? Depends where you go. I feel like it's a kind of useless language, so you might actually be surprised there. I used to be of a similar opinion, to be honest, especially because I moved across and I only really lived in the south of Wales. So in the south of Wales, you might hear some Welsh, but it would be very much predominantly English. Go up a little bit. Suddenly it's Welsh. Everything's Welsh. Good bloody luck. Oh my god, Matrix, good morning also. And Laurie Luna, welcome on in. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Let me just lean across and do you a bit of a shout out. Let's have a look. See, I need the S and the R and the L A U. There we go. Welcome on in, Yardstar and Crazy and Laurie Luna, welcome on in, and Drac, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about learning languages on Duolingo right now. I don't know if any of you have any experience. Oh, sorry, any of you have any experience of learning languages on Duolingo? We're talking a little bit about some of the weird bits of it. There's some nerd languages. Oh, is there? You can learn Klingon? Heck yeah. Oh dear. Matrix, I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. And you were doing cross stitch. Heck yeah. I hope the cross stitch is treating you well. We've been doing some smocking here. So like this is, I can show it to you a little bit closer up. I'll just get that one sequin in. So this is where we've been doing most of the work so far, which is the back of the piece. If you've never seen smocking before, it's the process of like knotting and shaping fabric, so like manipulating fabric into pretty patterns. I then went through and painted the whole thing, so I'm gonna go in front of the camera so my thing's gonna like ping a lot. I painted the whole thing, and then we've like tied little bows in it with ribbons, and now we're putting some sequins in it, and then we'll go back and put some embroidery in the sequins. Heck yeah. Dear, you spoke a token Elfish? That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Heck yeah. There's also language in the new game of, oh really? Hell yeah. Just because I was bored. Yeah, like listen, if that's something that interests you, there's no reason not to. I've been liking to make this. Love the Owl House. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love the Owl House. I think it's fantastic. The ending got me weeping, but I really did enjoy it. It's also language. Oh, sorry, I read that one. Puppy is sleeping. Oh. Blessed. I tried German too. I think English was my maximum. That's fair. Yeah, it was someone. I was about to asked if Welsh was a bad language to learn. There's many reasons Welsh is. If you're living in Wales, in particular, learning Welsh is a really good thing. And let me sell it to you really quickly. First of all, if you live in Wales and you're like going through education and maybe you're considering going to university, you can get huge grants and bursaries if you speak Welsh. You're like looking at like an extra 400 quid a month kind of thing just because you speak the language. Because they're trying to push it so that people don't lose it. If you're young and you speak Welsh, you got an immediate like benefit like there. Secondly, if you go north, if you go to a lot higher or like west, they speak Welsh an awful lot more. So people are more likely to greet you in Welsh before going to English. There's a lot of people who, because you speak Welsh, or they speak Welsh so commonly there, they're more comfortable speaking in Welsh. So like they would rather speak in Welsh to you because that's like what they're more used to speaking. It's only really in the south, the bits that are close to England, where it's more predominantly English. So it is still kind of like, listen, for even money, benefits, the Welsh. If you're thinking of having kids in Wales, the schools where Welsh is like a first language school are so much better funded than the other schools. So you can send them to a nicer school at no extra cost. You get grants and bursaries if you ever want to study. And also if you stay in Wales for university, you get it at like a third of the price of anywhere else in the UK. Like I spent like $9,000 a year studying in Wales. Shiny spent 3 and got grants and bursaries because they spoke Welsh. So a lot of benefits, you know. Mistress, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen it. I need to find it somewhere. Is it on Disney Plus for the UK yet? Is it? What? It's not on the Disney Plus YouTube channel, but it is on Disney Plus. We watched all of the Owl House on Disney Plus, except for the finale, which is on YouTube Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen the finale, Laurie, go on YouTube and go on the Disney channel, and the whole uncut thing is there because they uploaded all of the 3rd season on YouTube. And the better to watch it on YouTube because they cut bits out for Disney Plus because too much gay. So the one that will be airing on Disney is 48 minutes. The one that's aired on Disney's YouTube is like 50 something minutes. So yeah, the Disney ones will also give you extra content on the YouTube channel. Oh dear. Very first one, yeah, that's the only one, the Welsh learn for, yeah. I've met few Welsh who never learned Welsh, so I think learning Czech, you learn a few words and it's okay because people speak English. It is and it isn't. Like, I've been it really depends on your situation, I'll be honest. Like, I will be having a lot of family soon that do speak Welsh as a first language, and like, if you don't want to feel left out of conversations, learn Welsh. Because people just talk, you know, it's a lot of people's first language, is what they speak to each other in. But it depends. If you're visiting on a holiday, do you need to learn Welsh? No. No, you do not. If you're thinking of living here, is it useful to speak Welsh? Yes. It really depends. Too much gay. It's just too much gay. When it comes to a favourite child, that's what it feels like. I've never sewn a zipper, and yesterday you did it. In almost, oh my god. Heckin' impressive, mistress. Very nice. Also, Panthera, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Seriously, they already aired the show on television, and basically, Disney put it as, well, we were running ads, so we decided to cut some bits out. But if you look at the bits that they cut out, it's like, okay. So the one that will likely be uploaded to Disney Plus is the cut version. The one on the YouTube that's already uploaded is the uncut, which is, it's not like a huge amount, but it's like 6 minutes. Oh, it's like 6 minutes in an hour-long episode, right? Which is still quite a lot. So yeah, you can go watch it on the YouTube for free. It's like already uploaded. So why not? Also, Fanny, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Oh dear, I watch it with my kids, so I put it on in the afternoon. Heck yeah. Oh, I really hope you enjoy it. I must say, I did enjoy it. Didn't they say gay Disney got fired last? Maybe, but I don't think that one was due to sexuality. I think that was potentially something else. It's more shows getting cancelled, although everyone's been talking about this in the anime community. Unfortunately, it's not ended up quite like as I guess a lot of us had hoped, but it is still, I guess there's maybe like a lot of relatable situations for some trans folk. Disney stole an anime this year. They do sometimes steal animes for Disney Plus only, and they will be releasing it all in one go, I believe. It's called Heavenly Delusion. And in the second episode, so up until this point, you've had like the female main and the male main, right? The two main characters. On the second episode, slight spoilers, I guess, for the beginning of Heavenly Delusion, but not really. This is like very much a side plot. But anyway, the male says he's interested in the female, and she turns to him and is like, "Oh, this is a little difficult for me to say, but outside I'm a woman, inside I am a man." And it's like, yeah, screw you, Disney. You took the one show this month, this season, that is like a blatant the stuff that you don't want to have. Oh dear. It makes me laugh every time. Unfortunately, it is a bit more sci-fi. There might be like a lot, I think people are saying there's a lot of relatable situations of being misgendered and not being able to, like, you know, do anything about it, but it is more supernatural rather than, you know, a thing on society. Is more like just supernatural stuff. It's a supernatural show after all. I have some Welsh family on Dad's side, and I really want to try learning Welsh, but I'm really bad at languages at school, and it makes me scared to try. So my experience, at least, of learning Welsh, I was really, really scared to ever try as well, because it's like, it is a very different language to English as far as like accents and everything like that go. It's hard. When family, when people, friends and stuff like realized that I was trying to learn Welsh, I had nothing but positivity. No one was making fun of me. No one was saying, like, being rude or mean about it. I think I had one person in my life say something shitty about, like, who is not in my life anymore, I should say. One person said something along the lines of, like, you know, you can learn Welsh all you like, love, but you'll never be Welsh. You'll always be a disgusting English person. It's like, great, okay, one person. Every other person in my life, every other friend, every other family, everyone else has been, even like the builders, have been like overly positive with like more people trying to learn the language, because 99% of normal people want, you know, if there's something they're passionate about, they want other people to enjoy the same thing that they're passionate about or that they care about and stuff like that. So there will be the odd person who might be really rude about it, But in my experience, 99% of people are just happy to see you giving it a go. And like, yeah, you'll probably have people correct you and stuff like that, and you know, or maybe like switch the way that you say that and stuff. And it is hard, but 99% of the time, people have been overly positive about it, like really, really positive, and they want to help. Like when I practice some of the simple stuff, like, you know, offering people a cup of tea and stuff like that, I've had people be like, oh, that was really good. That was really good. You could also say it like this, or sometimes we say it like this, and it's like, so it's like overly, really, really positive. I think I was very nervous that people would laugh at me a lot and like, you know, be mean to me or rude to me, but like that's just not been the case. People, I guess it makes sense. Like if somebody was getting into cosplay for the first time, something that I'm passionate about, and I saw that they were, you know, doing something and maybe like it was good but it was like not perfect, I wouldn't laugh at them for it because it's something that I care about. I think it goes the same thing with language. 99% of the time people, there will be assholes out there because there were always assholes in every community, but 99% of the time if somebody finds out that you're trying to get into something that they're passionate about, whether it be language or hobbies or stuff like that, people will welcome you in with open arms. As far as, oh, Summertime Render, yeah, I finished rendering Summertime Render last year. It was good. This problem with things being on Disney is that nobody ever watches anime on Disney. So as soon as like Disney gets a show like Heavenly Delusion or Summertime Render or something like that, it just means a lot less people watch it, which is always a kind of a shame. But yeah, I've seen Summertime Render. I've seen, I'm obviously watching Heavenly Delusion. I do, but then I watch a lot of anime, so yeah. Oh dear. Oh, but yeah, I'd hope, Panthera, that you'd have the same kind of experience. If you mentioned to your dad's family that you were interested in learning Welsh, that they'd probably be like, hell yeah, you should learn Welsh and we will help you. And also the best thing, if you maybe are with them, thank you for the pets. I don't know that I can fully appreciate, but thank you. If you're maybe with them and like you're like going through Duolingo with them, literally, I highly recommend doing the Duolingo Welsh with Welsh speakers around, because it's so bad at times and it's so funny watching them be like, ah god, this is stupid, it doesn't make any sense, I hate this, and it's like, and then you're just there like, three, 10 out of 10. It lasts until somebody reminds me that it's still there, and then, oh, wrong one, then I get rid of it. That's that, Laura, there is a meta with the pets. The meta is put the pet on and then never tell Jelly, and then it will be there till the end of the stream, because I just forget. So I have to manually remove it. But normally people are sweet and they're like, Jelly, you still have the pet, and I'm like, thank you, let me remove that. And then someone in chat's like, no! Who told Jelly to remove the pets? God damn it, we could have had a whole stream pet, we're going for a record. Smitty, good morning, I hope you're doing well. You can't watch too much anime. You know what, you're right. Oh dear. There's always someone. Oh dear. I think the longest we've gone is about 10 minutes so far without me noticing, which is actually not that bad. It could, I don't think we've managed to do it till the end of the stream. It's because somebody always points out, like, we always have someone be like, Jelly, don't worry, you've still got the pet on though, do you want to remove the pet? And I'm like, yes, thank you for telling me. And then everyone else in chat's like, god damn it, how could you tell her? Look at her, she's now removing the pet that cost 1,000 points, god damn it. Oh dear, 10 out of 10. The divide is real. Oh dear. Ugh. Anyway, we're slowly climbing. I should also say as well, by the way, Laurie, if you need to go look after yourself after stream, obviously you're welcome here. We love having you here. But if you need to go look after yourself after stream, you know, get yourself some snacks or anything like that, please do. As much as we like having you here, snacks and sleep and all that is important. If you need any snacks or any sleep, you're welcome to go get some. Oh dear. To be fair, we'll not be going super long today anyway. So I am going to be attempting to make sushi for lunch, and I haven't made sushi for a really long time. But we were talking about, me and Shane were talking about like our favorite foods and like that we don't get to eat very often, and I brought up that I really enjoyed sushi, and I do really enjoy sushi, and I don't get to eat it very often. And Shiny was like, well, you can make sushi in the house, and I was like, yeah, I guess I can. So today for lunch, I'm going to be trying to make some sushi. But I'm a bit nervous about it, to be honest, because it's been a really long time, and I think I've over-seasoned the rice, to be honest, so I think it's going to be really vinegary. But I also don't know, it might be fine, so... But I figured I wouldn't do lunch on stream today just in case it was god-awful or I got really messy or it took a really long time. So we're just gonna, fingers crossed that it goes well, and if it goes well I might have some left over to tomorrow anyway, because I feel like I've made quite a lot of rice. We'll see. I need to get some foods. I'm UK. Oh, yeah. Oh, bless you. Good luck with work, though. You stream before work? My God, the dedication. Heck yeah. Oh, good luck with work, then. I hope that it goes well. Oh, you're nice. You're gonna try and make sushi, too? Yeah, I've always had it in my head that it's, like, impossible to get the ingredients, but, like, it's not. I've just psyched myself into thinking that it's really, really hard, and it really is one of my favorite foods, and I like a lot of the vegetarian ones, so like I don't have to worry that I can't get like, you know, sushi grade salmon or whatever, because like I probably would just use avocado and egg and stuff anyway, because those are generally my favorite. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make the omelette for some of the sushi rolls, because the omelette's like my favorite, and then we'll see. It probably won't be that good this time because it's my first time trying, but if it is something that I enjoy, it's honestly not too expensive, so I'm hoping. I work in a school over lunchtime as a playtime supervisor. Oh my God, that sounds lovely. I bet you see some silly stuff though. I made tamagoyaki once. Laying the egg was a bit tedious. They tasted nice. I would like to try that. I will say though, because I'm going to be putting it inside the roll, like it won't be like over the top of it. So I'm just going to be making mine flat and then cutting it into strips. Yes, because I am lazy and I don't think I really need to roll it up if I'm putting it inside of something else. Like I think I just need to cook it. So I'm just going to be making it like a normal omelette, but with like the mirin and soy sauce and stuff. So it'll be like, yeah, hair gone. What? Hair is gone. Yeah, no hair here. Hair gone. Wait, did you want the hair gone slider, Eden? Is that what this is? This is a why do you get a hair gone slider, but I can't have hair gone? Oh dear. My bad, Eden. My bad. I should have thought of this ahead of time. It should have been the hair gone slider. God no, you don't want instant baldness? Oh dear. Yeah, I can't get rid of the rest of my hair on a slider yet. Give me time. I can probably work it out, but I can't yet. Ah dear. Look at that. We're getting there. I'm gonna have some of my tea. Heck yeah. Did Filipino adobo yesterday. Oh, and it's so good. Heck yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna look really angry when I drink. I just want to drink some of my tea quickly. Adobo delicious. Heck yeah. I don't want to go bold. It might happen IRL. Listen, if it happens IRL, you know what you need to do. You need to fill in your eyebrows, fill in a mustache, and then like rock it. I'll be honest. Obviously, it's annoying when like your physical features do something that's out of your control. But I think bold is pretty in fashion right now. Well, things maybe just in my world. Listen, you know what's really popular at the moment? It's like the dad bod. But like, you know, bald head, beard, yes. What's the name? Kratos? I guess Kratos is very strong though. Very, very strong. Oh, the new Ganon. Oh. The heck was that art? Oh my god. Kratos God of War. Yeah, Kratos God of War is what's in fashion right now. You know, girls want one thing and it's disgusting. Kratos. For God of War. I don't know, I'm just seeing like a lot of the more popular looks right now are not really hair-based. It's a vibe. You already have the mustache going there, you're getting there. Oh my god, the dad bod. I have the belly and the mustache. What do I do to get the ladies? I think, can you cook? I always say this, can you cook? I think being able to, like, maybe it's just me, I'm a very food-focused lady. I think being able to cook is a big one. Can you cook? Oh, yes! Then you're fine then! Literally, dating profile, dad bald, chill vibes, can cook. Done. Oh, also maybe like the cosplay stuff is very impressive, you know. You can maybe put some of that in there as well. Oh dear. How's the jelly feed it? Honestly, you're not even wrong. You're not even wrong. Whenever I'm having a bad day, like whenever I'm like a bit grumpy or sad, Shiny just comes in like, I got you this food, I'm gonna leave it at the door and I'll come back later, and it's like, ah. Thank you for the snacks. You're right, this is exactly what I needed. We've had like macaroni cheese 4 times in the past week. It's like my comfort food. My comfort food is just nom 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 nom. Mac and cheese. 2023 girls try and look like Cradle. Honestly, same. Then again, I've shaved my head before, so I know that I look good bald. There's no fear in my mind. I know that I look good with the shaved head. I'm aware of it. I just don't do it because that's a lot of effort. Like, because I'm not like my hair grows back. The problem that I have with having short hair or the shaved head is I am lazy and I will not reshave it, and then it'll get to the point where I have to go and have it shaved because it's like I've left it for too long and I know what I'm like, and so there is really no point in me doing that hairstyle again unless I have to, in which case I won't have to have it shaved constantly, so it's fine. Oh dear. Learn about feminism too? Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends how you're raised. If you're raised in a way without knowing anything anyway, it might be worth it. But a lot of, I guess maybe it's because the kind of people that we have here. A lot of people that pop into this chat are pretty damn good, to be honest. I've had quite the education about feminism. I'm still learning. I'm good bean. Heck yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, a lot of people here. Again, we're quite lucky in the community that we've fostered here, in that we don't honestly get too much rubbish. Like, people here are pretty respectful and chill. Like, obviously all of Twitch is not like that, and you will find some bad beans, but like for the most part here, people are pretty damn good. Like, very rarely have I had to be like, it's mainly just pet names, and like that's quite a common thing. And like, again, whenever I've told people like pet names are a no-go, very, very rarely does anyone like say anything about it. Obviously, sometimes it takes a couple people a couple tries and they still get it wrong, but the 99% of the time they just correct themselves. They're like, oh, sorry, moving on. Yeah. So like, I'd say generally it's been pretty good here. It's been pretty good. I shaved it up before. I'd gone from shoulder length to bald. I did the same thing. So to be fair though, when I initially shaved my head, I was having some issues with my hair growth. So like, I was like, listen, I can either be patchy or I can shave it all off. And I went to the hairdresser, and I've talked about this before, but my hairdresser at the time, I unfortunately have moved, so I don't have the same one anymore. But they were fantastic. They looked at my hair and they looked at the patches and they looked at all of the problems I was having, and they were like, listen, you can keep your hair at this length and it will look like it's thinning and it'll have patches, but we can cover it up with like tying it up and stuff. Or we could shave it and you could own it. And I was like, that I needed somebody to tell me that. So we shaved it all off, and it's crazy what a haircut can do from you. But I went from looking like kind of sickly to looking like the most confident version of myself in like half an hour. It was like crazy, like how much of a positive effect it had. And like, I would still be going to that hairdresser. Not that I dislike my current hairdresser, but like I would still be going there now if I lived closer, because they were so good. They were so good. I cook. The problem isn't well I can, it's that I'm too lazy for it. But would you cook for somebody else? Like, if they're having a bad day, would you cook for them? My stream TikTok tell. Oh yeah, I'm sure TikTok is not great either, because TikTok's weird. It's not hard being a nice and decent person. Exactly. Well, sex is sad. I'm baffled about how girls are surprised by acts of people being generally caring, and it's like, it should be normal. At least to me, it's not difficult. Yeah, TikTok chat is scary. I've actually never been in a TikTok live stream. I'm a little curious. Also, welcome on in, Skies. I hope you're doing well. I've heard things, but I've never been in one. Are they really bad? I guess to an extent I'm not super surprised, because a lot of the big people on there were like, ugh. But are they that bad? Oh god. I'd absolutely cook for someone who's having a bad day. Heck yeah! I do the same. You know, if someone's having a bad day, when Shiny gets ill, I make sure like I do lots of careful research, and I make sure to cook the meals that are good for like getting better quickly. I'll check with what their stomach is going to be okay with. Can they do spicy? Can they no do spicy? and I cook them the food that will make them better the quickest. Oh dear. You don't want to be in one. TikTok chat is like 21 questions repeating the same. Oh my god. I mean, we could do that, but I don't really have any like wisdom to give at the end of like 20 questions. What's the answer? I don't know. I never worked that bit out. Not sure, I'm afraid. I've heard things, but I don't want to be in one. Are we still talking about girl? No. We're talking about TikTok, but I guess kind of. All I know about TikTok is that many people want money from kids that don't know what they. Oh, really? We had a whole documentary about it here. How bad it is for you. I've heard. So one of the things I have heard about TikTok is that the cheering system is really weird because like the cheers are all different things. So instead of being like 10 bits, 100 bits, 1,000 bits, it's like 1 lion, 2 roses, a gemstone. And it's like a little confusing as to what all of them correspond to, because like one of the few clips of people being like, well, if you send me a lion, I'll do this. And I'm like, excuse me? With no context, this is very confusing. You'll send them a what? I think having your own hobbies and passions like helps. Yeah, I think if you're trying to meet people, it's really, really useful. Because like, you know, you tend to like, how to put it? Yeah, having a hobby that other people take part in. It doesn't have to be like a group hobby like football or something, but like cosplay is a good one. Because as soon as you have a hobby in cosplay, you're in the cosplay community, right? And so you'll meet other people in the cosplay community who you instantly have something you can talk about with. For me, I met Shiny in the Anime Society, and we bonded over both playing Pokemon Go. God, it's so cringy, I'm sorry. But yeah, we bonded over both really enjoying Pokemon Go, and so all of our initial like get-togethers was us going on like Pokemon Go and like doing that because we both had that in common. So I'm very cringe, Stevel. I'm sorry. I'm a cringy bean. Welcome on in, Stevel, though. I hope we're doing good. Oh dear. We're talking about meeting people, and we're talking about TikTok live streams being a bit wacky, from the sounds of things. Yeah, we bonded over those things, and that's good. And you know what? In hindsight, I always thought maybe I'd date someone who was into arts and crafts, because obviously I've always been very into arts and crafts. But in hindsight, I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because it means that all the arts and crafts and space is mine. It means I get all of the arts and crafts space, and while I wouldn't be like opposed to dating another cosplayer, it's kind of nice to have all of the arts and crafts space to yourself. I have so much arts and crafts space, heck yeah. I'm greedy. Oh dear. Oh yeah, me and you played bonded on playing games, heck yeah. You wouldn't have any space. Exactly. We'd have to have a huge house if we were both into arts and crafts. So it's worked out well. Oh dear. Steve, I hope you're doing good. Welcome. I hope your week's been good so far. I'm like, I'll be honest, I now have a morbid curiosity about TikTok live streams. Again, I don't plan on ever streaming on TikTok because why would I? There's nothing that makes me want to stream on TikTok. Actually, you know what? Maybe like a slight change of topic, but talking about streaming websites, I don't know if any of you saw this, but TwitchCon Las Vegas has opened its call for content, and you know what's not there? A cosplay contest. No cosplay contest on the Call for Content Las Vegas, which means it, and also I will say the Las Vegas TwitchCon promotional stuff has also been really, really careful to not include a single image of the previous cosplay contest. Unlike Paris, where there were like pictures of cosplayers and stuff, Vegas, no cosplayers in any pictures, no mention of it, like keeping it out completely, as if it never happened. So, if I had to guess, if I had to, do a little guess, that Twitch might be doing it's not, well, this is the thing, Eden, it's never been official because they've never mentioned it, but Paris isn't having one because they've not mentioned it, and it's happening in like a couple months, so Paris almost definitely isn't having one. They've closed their call for content, they said they're closed for ideas, they're not bringing anything else. So, but they never announced it and they never mentioned it, it just didn't happen. So, yeah. looking like the same thing's about to happen to Las Vegas. Oh dear. This break for work. Oh good, I hope you enjoy your break. My partner and I have so many things in common and a few complementary skills. I'm a crafter, so that space is mine. He's a techie, so you never have to worry about the tech. You know what, that is good. Heck yeah. No cosplay at all this year for any TwitchCon. Yeah, exactly. Someone from the crafting dead by lack of TwitchCon. Yeah, I was like hoping that they'd post like about it yesterday. No, nothing. And again, I think the fact that they've used no images of previous cosplay contests is very telling. They probably saw people be like, you've used cosplay contest pictures. Are you doing cosplay stuff in Paris? And they saw that and they were like, right, this time we're going to cut out all of that. Also, they helped me with my maths. Heck yeah. Oh dear. So, cough cough. If any other streaming platform wanted to maybe host a cosplay contest, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of cosplayers who'd probably pop over for it that were ready to do TwitchCon, but they didn't do it. So, just saying, like, you know, if another streaming platform wanted to pick up that slack, you know, there's a lot of cosplayers who were looking for a place to stream because they were going to come do TwitchCon, but then with TwitchCon not announcing any cosplay contests, there's no reason for them to start streaming specifically on Twitch. When is YouTube going to do its cosplay contest, eh? Oh dear. Honestly, I also feel like there are some bigger cosplayers on Twitch that also sometimes stream on YouTube. I feel like a platform like YouTube or Kick could just purchase them, to be honest. It's like they only stream on there. But oh dear, I wonder if it didn't. But then, okay. So Steve, there's a part of me that's like, are we the problem? The cosplay contest easily every year. It is, I think, other than the opening ceremony, it is the most viewed thing from TwitchCon every year. Every year. Like, the only thing that beats it is normally the opening ceremony. The opening ceremony and sometimes Twitch Rivals, but that's often on a different platform, so they don't always do that on the main Twitch broadcaster. Like, the cosplay contest gets millions of views, like, between here and YouTube and stuff. It's huge. So the fact, like, this is why everyone was like, well, even if they get rid of it in Europe, there's no way they're getting rid of it in America, right? Because it is a massive event for them. But they haven't done it. And it is weird. Oh dear. There are more solidarity hobbies and stuff that helps meet people. Ah dear. Imagine someone making a stream platform just to host cosplay contests. I always watch cosplay contests if I can watch it online. Yeah, I like watching them live, but if not, I often watch them in post kind of thing. I watch them afterwards. So they address just shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, like, it is very odd that they aren't doing it, like, genuinely, just based on, like, numbers. Like, if I have a look, I think it'll still be on there from last year. So they do the Twitch cosplay contest one on the Twitch's main channel, not Twitch Rivals specifically, like, just the Twitch one, because Twitch Rivals also does pull a lot of views, but it's not the same channel as Twitch. So they are two different things. If I go to, I don't know if it'd been highlights, and I don't know if it would have been deleted by now. That's the only thing. If I go to past broadcasts, how far back do they have? Oh, they have quite a lot. They have San Diego. Amsterdam, the opening ceremony there. And then... oh, it's this one. Yeah, it has 621,000 views. The only one that has more is what I said. It is the opening ceremony, which has 1.4 million. So it is quite a jump between those two. But yeah, otherwise, they're huge. They're huge events. Like, they have the Glitch Theatre has less. The public access had way less. Like, it is odd. It is odd. There must be a reason, to be fair. Like, I don't think that they've done it for no reason, because that would be really silly. And I don't think Twitch is stupid by any means. I definitely don't think that. It's more like, I just wish that they'd said something, or we knew why, or can we expect it next year? I don't know. Like, it's very, very, at least to me, from my perspective as someone who doesn't work at Twitch, it's very odd. And then maybe there is a reason, and I just don't know what it is. But it does feel odd. It feels also as like, okay, maybe this is me getting too much in my own head, but I'm like, did I do something wrong? Because, like, I don't think I said anything bad about TwitchCon. Like, I think I'm pretty sure I just hyped it up for like months at a time. Like, I know that over in America they had some problems, but like, I feel like most of the problems that happened at American TwitchCon weren't the cosplay contest. They were like, you know, I know it's a bit of a meme at this point, but like the foam pit was a really big problem. I feel like those were the things that people remembered, not necessarily any issues with the cosplay contest. I'm just a bit confused. It depends on not noticing people. Well, this is the thing as well, because it's been quite obvious a lot of people have been streaming on Twitch to make for that. But what I will say is that there was a lot of people that are not currently on Twitch, which were getting prepared to stream on Twitch. And not only that, Twitch invited cosplayers to stream on Twitch who now don't have a cosplay contest to enter. It just feels very odd. It feels like they've invited all these American cosplayers to Twitch. A lot of you guys, if you're more my time zone, might not have seen them, but like Twitch invited some cosplayers to start streaming on Twitch. Also, the music got a bit intense. Let me just turn that down a second. As good as it is. There you go. But yeah, Twitch invited some American cosplayers on to make costumes while on Twitch, right? But then there's no cosplay content. What? Like, it just feels like a very odd thing to do, because they were all prepping for TwitchCon, and then even they didn't get told it wasn't happening. And they were literally invited by Twitch to come onto this platform, and they weren't told that there wasn't going to be a cosplay contest. So they were all prepping for TwitchCon. And like, you know, to an extent I can be like, okay, you know, we were prepping for TwitchCon, you were prepping for TwitchCon. Okay, but we didn't have any contact with Twitch to say anything. But these people did, and it's just really odd. Again, there might be a reason for it that I'm just not aware of, but it feels odd. Yeah, I feel like we were all super positive about it. Like, obviously there were some issues, but like, it was very much small things, and I think the overall stuff that we talked about was all super, super positive, because I think all of us at Europe, at least, had a really good time. So it's like, I don't know, I thought we were really positive about it. I think they had a plan, but they were unable to do it. It could be that. Like, I don't know what I'm getting from all this. Yeah, it's a really weird situation. Yeah. I think they'll lose over half the incoming guests. Well, they're also not giving partners and affiliates a reduced rate as well. You know, Las Vegas and Paris are actually both really expensive locations. So to an extent, like, that is going to put a lot of people off not getting a reduced ticket, and the place being expensive already. Obviously, the place being set, that's already set in stone. They've already got that booked, so that's not going to change at this point. There's not really any point complaining about it. But the fact that they haven't done discount for anyone, especially in a year where, you know, it is expensive to stay in Las Vegas and it is expensive to stay in Paris, it feels like this would have been a good year to offer those discounts again, you know? Did the foam pit break a pregnant woman's spine? She wasn't pregnant, no. The reason you might have thought she was pregnant... Oh, wait, was she pregnant? Oh, no, actually, you might have been right. She might have been pregnant. I thought someone pregnant got injured, but I don't know if it was the same woman as who hurt her spine. Because a couple people got injured in the foam pit. There was one really bad one, obviously, the woman who broke her spine. Was she pregnant, or was it another pregnant lady? Could be. But yeah, the thing is, that was kind of the drama that overtook TwitchCon last year, so I feel like the cosplay contest wasn't... like, how to put it, in the cosplay community there was some drama after it, because there were certain cosplayers that were quite vocal about certain things, and it wasn't the best look for them, to be honest, because there were people that were upset that people came onto Twitch specifically to enter the cosplay contest. That was what people were mad about, and like, it makes sense that Twitch wants that to happen, because it wants people to come across for the first time and enter the cosplay contest and get new streamers on the platform. So like, there was people upset that that was the case, but at the end of the day, that is the rules, and like, it doesn't really make any sense to... I don't know. There was some controversy in the cosplay community, but I don't feel like that was controversy for Twitch. I feel that was people being like, maybe not the best look. You know, you're nothing personal against you. That's just kind of like a bad take. But yeah, it was nothing. In my mind, I don't think any of it was Twitch controversy. I think it was like people, interpersonal controversy. in mental hospital and found out she was pregnant. Oh, I see. It could have been that. So weird to have a con without a cosplay competition. It's a really big part of every con. Yeah, and like TwitchCon cosplay, again, like in Europe, it was a relatively new thing. Like last year was the first year that we'd had it in Europe. So when they didn't announce it this year, as upset as myself and many others were, we had only had it for 1 year, but that's not the case in America. In America, TwitchCon has had a cosplay contest like for a long time. So this will be the first year in a very long time they don't have one. And it is just a little bit odd. The thing that really annoys me still as well is that when you look at the Glitch Theatre, so if you go to like, you know, the post about TwitchCon and stuff like that, it says they basically copied and pasted it from last year. So it still says, see Twitch streamers showing off their incredible creations. And it's like, that's in reference to the cosplay contest. But you know, you're not having a cosplay contest, so why you should maybe have changed the text a little bit, because what other artistic creations are people showing on your stage, huh? Like outside of the drag performance, which is addressed separately, that I don't believe there are anything else like that is specifically artistic based. I think it is just those two, and the drag show has already been talked about. So I don't know. Feels like copying and pasting that when the stuff is different maybe wasn't the best idea. And also gave a lot of us for Europe false hope, because we saw that it was written there and it's like, well, maybe that just means they'll open stuff for us at a later date, and then obviously that's not what's happened. So yeah, it's not, it's a shame. It's a real shame. Obviously, I should clarify, I wasn't planning on entering this year. I was planning on entering next year personally, but there were a lot of people in this community as well who were planning on entering this year, like Sunkoi and Anime, who are both in the chat. You know, they were both making costumes. I think they've both found other things that they can enter, thankfully, but like, they were both originally planning for TwitchCon, and a lot of that, you know, for Sunkoi, they had the experience last year with me, but for like Anime would have heard me and Sunkoi talking about it and been like, that sounds like a good option. And yeah, so I feel quite bad about promoting it as highly as I did, because, you know, what I said wasn't untrue. Like, I had a really, really good time. I was very well looked after and all of that, but yeah. It's just a shame that it seemed to be like a 1 year only thing. I do hope that maybe, like Anime said, that it's just something that they weren't organised for this year, and that maybe they'll have it again next year, and it, you know, it'll be really fun and stuff. I know that it's a different team working on it, because the person who did it last year, they basically did it on their own. Like, bear in mind, this is one of the really impressive things that people might not really know. So TwitchCon cosplay last year, you know, that massive performance that had, you know, over 500,000 views and all that kind of stuff. That in Amsterdam, one person ran that event. They didn't have a cosplay team. They had one person working their ass off, and that same person did the drag show as well. So they were worked off their feet. They were doing all the communications. They were everywhere. Whereas this year they talked about having a whole cosplay team. That again, maybe it just hasn't been organized in time. You'll be looking for hyping it up and not happening completely out of your control. Yeah, I know. But I think I will still feel bad about it, because I do feel partially responsible. I should have been a little bit more careful. I think I'll always feel a bit guilty about that, to be honest. I was also once considered to enter, but I changed my mind. Yeah. I guess that's a good thing. All things considered, with how it's turned out, I guess that's good. Let me have a sip. Ah, dear. I'll be honest, after, like, I'm not angry about it anymore or anything like that. I'm just a little confused, to be honest. If I had to say, I'm just a little confused, to be honest. I'm not angry. I'm just confused. Ah, dear. Stop being Brit. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe that one fan's because they're so overworked and they weren't organised to get anyone to replacement. Yeah, I wonder. So here's the thing. I don't want to say who it was, and I don't want to say who the cosplayers are, but certain cosplayers have been in contact with that person, and it seems like they're not on bad terms with Twitch. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they were still actually working either for Twitch or for the TwitchCon. They might just not be on the same department. So it didn't seem like they were on bad terms or anything like that. It just seemed like they were getting a whole team together this next year rather than just the one person. But like, I feel like that would have been feedback they would have received immediately after Amsterdam, so they've had a whole year to organize that. But like, not the person, like Twitch, not that one person. I don't want to, not blaming them. But I feel like Twitch, if they realized that one person was like super overworked They had a whole year to fix it and get some more people and stuff, but they didn't. I don't know. I think plenty of people will still go to both Paris and to Las Vegas. I don't think they won't sell tickets or anything like that. I think a lot of people are still going to go, and I honestly, for everyone who does go, I hope it's really, really good. I hope they have a really, really good time. I'm hoping for next year that we do have some kind of mention of a cosplay contest again. I think that'd be really, really nice. I do feel quite bad for, I feel bad for a lot of people. I feel bad for the European cosplayers who I hyped up Amsterdam to, and they wanted to enter because of that. I feel bad for the American cosplayers who were literally invited by Twitch and then were not told that there wasn't going to be a cosplay contest, so have been prepping for an event that doesn't exist. Especially when Twitch invited them. Like, I feel bad for those people. I do generally feel bad for as well a lot of the American cosplayers who were planning to enter TwitchCon this year and now can't. Yeah, it's just like a bit of a sad situation, really, of like a lot of people missing out. I'm not angry at anyone. I wish I knew why. I just wish I knew why. I think I'm just confused, and I'd like to know what happened. I'd like to hear it from Twitch, like what happened and why. Because I'm not angry at anyone, and I don't think it's probably one person's fault or anything like that. I'm just a little confused. And I do think it would be in personally Twitch's benefit to just announce there's not going to be a cosplay contest, so that if there are any American people who still have their hopes up and are still hoping to prep for it, that you basically, like, you know, stop that so people can prep for something else. Yeah, not angry, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed and confused. It is the mood, it is, yeah. Is that it's not so much bad it's not happening. It's like, yeah. Like, this is the thing, like, I don't, obviously it's sad that it's not happening, but like, you know, people are spending hundreds of hours on these things. So the very least you could do is explain why it's not happening, or just say nice and early, you know, we haven't been able to organize a cosplay contest for this year, so there will not be a cosplay contest happening. That's literally it. Or you could even, if you just wanted to say, we decided not to do a cosplay contest this year. That's it. Then everybody knows. And obviously there will be people that will be disappointed. I'll be disappointed. A lot of other people will be too. But at least then we know that we should be prepping for something else instead. Because like when you leave everybody in limbo, especially with TwitchCon, because TwitchCon does have some very specific rules about the cosplays. The one that I'm specifically talking about is that you have to have made the cosplay 1 year prior to the submission period. Most other cosplay contests, you can enter, it doesn't matter how long the cosplay's taken, you can enter it whenever. But TwitchCon in particular, there is like a time frame. So all the people that started making cosplays for TwitchCon this year cannot enter those cosplays next year. Yeah. And yeah, so that's kind of the sort of thing the lack of communication does, is it's not that they can't enter them into other competitions, but they won't be able to enter them into TwitchCon anymore because they've gone outside of the building period. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They read the rules, they knew what the rules were, and they just, you know, everyone just assumed that there was going to be a cosplay contest this year. And because there's not, those people can no longer enter TwitchCon. They would have to start a new cosplay if they wanted to enter TwitchCon for next year, which feels risky because we don't know if there's going to be one or not. So yeah, that's where I think a lot of the communication frustrations come from. It's because of TwitchCon's specific rules, and the lack of communication means thousands of hours of hard work can no longer go to that competition. Why do they have the 1 year rule? Good question, Astro. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I do think it has to do with like basically capping the quality. It's how good can you make a cosplay in this span of time. So, and the other thing is TwitchCon also has the rule that the cosplay can't have been entered into anything else. So if say I entered into Crown Championships and I didn't get in, I couldn't then enter TwitchCon because it'd already been entered into another competition. So a lot of cosplay competitions have the rule where you can re-enter a costume into a competition as long as it's never previously won, which makes a lot of sense because, well, I'm not super keen on that rule, but it's whatever. So people will say like, oh, you won this competition with this cosplay, so you can't enter it again because it's already won something, right? But TwitchCon has the rule that it can't have even entered anything. Like, not that it can't have won, They can't have entered. So the people making cosplays for TwitchCon, it would have had to have been for TwitchCon only. And if they now go and enter into anything else, it will no longer be legible for TwitchCon. Yes. That's why you need to read the small print on a contract. Wait, you did? No, oh yeah, I read the small print. I've screenshotted bits. I've sent them around when if I'm worried people are breaking the rules just so that nobody gets disqualified. Because last year quite a few people did get disqualified. There you go. My heart can't bear the news. At this point, it's just a case of keep making and hope it aligns with a contest. Yeah, that's kind of... I'm planning... So for this one, the goal is Crown Champions next. So it'd be Birmingham 2024. So I have like a long time to make that costume because that's November 2024. But like they allow original designs and this is a costume that I'm going to be spending a long time on. So that's my current goal. Unless TwitchCon opens and I'm legible, if I'm allowed to enter, then sure, I'll enter it. But if I'm not, I have that because I was already planning for crowns. Unfortunately, because mine's an original design, it is a little bit more limited. A lot of cosplay competitions don't let you enter, original designs. So we'll see. Oh, it's a stupid rule. It's not my favorite rule either, but I to be honest, I've said this before, and I 100% stick with it. I think having this is another rule as well. This is the rule that I really hate actually. So this is a rule I haven't even mentioned. If you win anything at TwitchCon, you're not allowed to enter the next year. So that could be that you won best in the sewing category. It could be that you won audience favorite. It could be that you won overall. But if you win anything, you can't enter the next year. Now, I can understand you can't enter the same costume next year. That's very fair. But not being able to enter at all means that everybody that then builds again for that year can't compete against the reigning champion or the reigning champion of their category. So it's like, it means that say like I want to enter this as a sewing entry. Last year, Diane Cosplay won sewing. I would really want to compete against Diane because as a competitive cosplayer, I want to win against the person who beat me last year. Because that's what competition is. You don't take Usain Bolt out of the running just because they won last year. No, you want to win against the best. And that is one rule that I complained about last year. Like, I complained about it privately, to be honest, mostly because it was one that I genuinely wanted them to change. Where I was like, if people win, let them enter again the next year because, it doesn't benefit anyone. Like the cosplayer doesn't benefit because they can't enter the next year. I don't benefit because I can't try and beat the people that are better than me. No one benefits. It's not, it'd be different if it was a beginner's competition, but this is a professional level competition. It is not for beginners. It is for high level cosplay contests. And at those high levels, like, yeah, we want to compete against each other. It's a competition. Dear. That's the Japanese thing about it. It looks like it's not Japanese. It's actually a reindeer. It's a reindeer jacket. But thank you. It's very fluffy. It's got antlers on the hood and everything. I could become a full-on pink reindeer if I want to. Very cute. Very cute. Dear. It feels very arrogant on Twitch part. It does. It also just shows, like, I feel like sometimes not maybe the best knowledge of cosplay contests. On my first... Ooh! Heck yeah! You can only make a cosplay for our contest. Nobody else is like, honey, you're not that special. Yeah, and it also means a lot of people can't... I feel like... you would get a lot more entrants if they could enter other things as well. The one that really gets me is that the winners can't enter again the next year, which really annoys me, but it is what it is. Also, do we even have enough cosplayers disqualified that many people from entering? Well, yeah, this is the thing. They disqualified people from Amsterdam last year, Sankoi, and we didn't fit the full quota. There were meant to be 20 people, and there was 16, I think. But we disqualified like 7 people. Like, okay. I'll be honest, one of them did deserve to be disqualified. I don't know if you know who I'm speaking about, but there was one cosplayer who, instead of... I won't name them because I don't want to... Listen, as much as I do think that they were being a bit of a troll, they don't deserve hate being sent to them. But they filmed a black screen for like 20 hours, and then they said that they submitted that as that they'd stream for 20 hours, even though they hadn't streamed the making of the cosplay. They did deserve to be... They deserve to be disqualified. But I think the rest of them, it just felt like a little bit... Again, like, you could have just talked to them and they probably would have understood why, and they could have fixed it. Oh dear. So I meant disqualify. Oh, with no returning winners. Yeah. Sorry. You're right. It's annoying. And like, again, I don't know how you feel about it, Sunkoi, but I would personally like to go back and try and beat the people that beat me last year, because it's a competition and it's a high level competition. And like, you know, I've been competitive since I was young. It just feels weird. Do you have to be a streamer? You don't have to previously be a streamer, but you do have to stream what previously the rules have been 15 hours of you working on the cosplay on stream. So a lot of people will start streaming for the cosplay contest, right? Because they're like, I've never streamed before, but the push that I needed was I wanted to stream this cosplay contest. I wanted to enter it. So yeah. Oh dear. Maybe it's good that they don't do it again. It has weird rules, but it's so much fun. Like, obviously we were talking about a lot of the negative lazy, but like, it's so much fun. So I'm sure Sunkoi can attest to this as well. If Armories was here, they could attest to it as well. When you're streaming, making a cosplay for a competition, and there are loads of other people doing the same thing for the same competition, you get like a really cool, tight-knit community. Like, and you meet so many cosplayers because they come across for the first time to enter the competition. So like last year when it happened, we had a few people come over for the first time, some who are still streaming today. And it was really lovely to be like popping, like whenever we'd raid out, like I would always check, is anybody else, you know, live right now making stuff for the cosplay competition? And if it was, we'd raid into them. And then 90% of the time, they'd raid into somebody else, because we were all there to like hype each other up and like, you know, let's go, we got this, we're entering this competition together, woo! It was like a really lovely community spirit. And yeah, it was really, really fun. And we all spoke really highly about it afterwards, partially for that reason. Like, the whole thing was a good experience. Like, the entering was really fun. On the day, it was really, really fun. Like, it was just so much fun. Like, those few months of making with everybody else, you know, going towards the same competition and all meeting each other and chatting. And then on the day, like, you do meet a lot of the people in person because you're behind the scenes with them at the cosplay contest. So you've been chatting for months, you know, hyping each other up for months. And then you see everyone's cosplay in person. Like, it is easily the best experience I've ever had at a cosplay competition. And like, I didn't win anything, and I still had the best experience ever. Like, it was fantastic. This is why we hyped it up so much, because it was such a good time. It was so much fun. It was fun just not just on the day, but like on the months leading up to it. It was really, really fun. I think everyone had a really, really good time with it. And I'm sure it's similar in America as well. But yeah, obviously the rules are a bit different, and it is worth knowing them before trying to enter, so you know what you're getting into. Always come in second. That is the meta. We were talking about that. That's the meta. Such a cool concept, but it's been executed kind of poorly with weird unnecessary rules. So here's the thing. Are the rules annoying? Yes. Do they ruin the competition? No, they do not ruin the competition. Like, the only one I would say that is I am not keen on, but the only one really is that if you win, you can't enter the next year. And like, I have a few reasons. If you want to enter a cosplay contest, which doesn't have like a time limitation, Twitch isn't the one for you. But every single other high-level cosplay competition is. Do you see what I mean? It's like, it might seem like an odd rule, but like, it works for Twitch in many ways that you only have a year prior to the submission period, because it's a little different. So the challenge then is to make the best cosplay possible in that year, to make that cosplay amazing. Obviously, it's a pain this time because they have not announced cosplay contests, so people will be automatically disqualified. But normally, if things run smoothly, that can be a really fun rule, because it's very much levels the playing field. Like, everyone has a year to make their cosplay. You know, in many ways, that's really fun. That's really cool. And so while it might be a bit of a frustrating rule, you know, if you wanted it, but that's the thing, if you don't like that rule, enter Crown Champion, enter the World Cosplay Summit, enter the online cosplay contest, or Ultimate Online Cosplay Contest. There are lots and lots of high-level cosplay contests with good prizes that you can have not worry about that rule. And the same kind of goes with, like, I do think it's a bit funky to not allow people to the costume to enter into anything else. The winning, fair enough, but like the entering, I can kind of see that's a bit funky. But honestly, because you have to do, like, the other things, like you have to stream it on Twitch anyway, you know, yada yada yada, it kind of works for Twitch. So while it is a bit of a weird rule and it's worth knowing so that you don't get disqualified, it's not that bad in practice. The only one that's annoying, the only one, is that winners re-entering. That's the only one that I would complain about. The rest of the rules are not that weird. It's just that one, really. And the only reason that the rest of the rules are being brought up in this particular conversation is because they affect now the people that have been making the cosplay over the last year, because it's not been announced. Had it been announced, none of these rules would have affected anyone negatively. It's just that one. Ah dear. The community building was great. It was like easily a highlight of it. It was like meeting everyone online and then meeting everyone in person is so lovely. Like, it was such a lovely experience. It was more than no winners re-entering and comp exclusivity. The year limit seems fair to me. The comp exclusivity, it is like a bit weird, but again, like, just because you have to be streaming on Twitch anyway and stuff like that, it kind of works. It sucks that you can't show off. Well, you can. Panthera, sorry. It has to enter Twitch first, but then if you didn't win Twitch, you could go enter something else. Like, what are they gonna do? It just has to be that Twitch is the first one that you enter, you know? So it's not like you couldn't ever show it off on another stage or anything like that. Again, like, what is Twitch gonna do? The only reason that you might be limited on showing it on other stages is if you win, because most cosplay competitions will say, if the costume has previously won a cosplay competition, it cannot win here. Just to prevent one costume, I guess, winning every competition. I still think that should be allowed, but that's just a personal thing. And I am a very competitive person, so, you know. But I can understand why that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, especially when it comes to like more local events, especially. Like, yeah, you don't want like previous world champions entering a local event with their world champion cosplay. Like, yes, they're gonna win, but like, oh dear. That being said, I don't think most cosplayers would do that. Even if it's not specifically against the rules, it'd be a bit of a weird thing to do. But yeah, as long as the first stage you show off is Twitch, of course you can enter any cosplay after that, any other competition after that. I would so allow that and see someone else beat them. It would be marvelous. A lot of smaller competitions will have, if it's won a previous competition, they can't enter the same cosplay to win. It is just to avoid instances like that, because small competitions are like family events, you know, they're more like the masquerades. They're for fun. Like, while there are prizes, the prizes are relatively small, and it's like, you know, you have like kids taking part and families taking part. A lot of people, it'll be their first cosplay competition. It is a different vibe to like the World Champions, to TwitchCon, to Ultimate Online, to World Cosplay Summit. Like, they're just not, they're different. A different vibe. Not that the vibe is bad. We were talking about this the other day. I think some people think that because it's like a highly competitive thing with big prizes and stuff, that competitive competitions are like really bad, like rubbish, like bad vibe places, and it's like not the case. Oh my god, they're so sweet. Cosplay competitions behind the scenes, big cosplay competitions are like the big ones. Oh, it's so sweet. Everyone's so nice. Like, sometimes you do get people being a bit more shy or maybe like a little bit more reserved, but like for the most part, everyone's just really chatty and sweet, and it's like, it's not like a bitchy environment. It's just nice. My experience of competitions is horse riding, where the rules are that if you win or do well at a certain level, you can no longer compete at a lower level. So America has that for cosplay competitions. We don't have that in the UK yet. We only have one level, which is why sometimes winners are disqualified from entering, because it's like, we don't have the beginners, intermediate, and advanced. We just have everyone. I don't like that, and I really hope that at some point we do introduce beginners, intermediate, and advanced into cosplay competitions, even the smaller ones in the UK, just so that everyone can have a lot more fun competing, because for the people that are trying to like really improve their skills, they can go up against people trying to do the same thing, and for the people that are just entering for fun with their families, they don't have to worry about going up against a world champion, you know. It'd be nice. I do think we need some skill separation here in the UK, but we haven't got it yet. Not affiliated, basically just doing it for fun. Yeah, so they are starting to introduce those ones, like basically like runways for cosplay. Like, you don't win anything, but you can show off, and that's cool. And I'm glad that they're starting to do that, but only really at big events, not the smaller ones. I think it's because the competitions and cons are not really that big. The person who won TwitchCon cosplay last year walked away with $16,500. And that's not even like the biggest cosplay competition prize pools. Like, in America, you have some really big prize pools. In Europe, it's one of the biggest ones for us. But for America, chump change. Chump change. You can literally buy a mortgage if you win a cosplay competition. Like a big one, like a world level one. Just putting it out there. The dramatic pause to that monetary value. They were paid Just to break it down, they were paid $2,500 for attending. They were paid $4,000 for winning their category, and they were paid $10,000 for winning overall. Not to even count the fact that they were then also paid to go over to America, stay in America, and compete in America. That was all paid for. That's music to my ears. And again, that isn't even like the biggest payout you can get from cosplay contests. It is for me here in Europe, but in America, like, listen, if you're a cosplayer in America and you're considering like doing big, have a little look. There are you can win a lot of money. You can very easily win a lot of money. You can literally win a mortgage for a house. Like, look, have a little look. You might be surprised. Some of these cosplay competitions do absolutely massive prize pools. Yeah. Unfortunately, if anyone is European or UK-ish and stuff like me, apologies. We don't do as big a prize pools here yet. But yeah. I mean, even from online ones. I mean, I don't know how many people here know. There's a cosplayer on Twitch called Emiru. I think they're part of OTK. They're like a very big streamer on Twitch. They're about to do next month a $50,000 cosplay competition. I don't believe it's $50,000 to one person, but it is $50,000 overall they'll be given away. And again, that's relatively common over in America. So like, if you're a cosplayer in America, like, listen, have a little look. Also, heckin' Pisces, welcome on in. Another Cosmaker, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we've actually just been talking about cosplay competitions and like the kind of like prize monies and stuff like that. Heck yeah, it's pretty impressive, I think. It's just when people say that cosplay competitions aren't that big, you might be surprised. They might not seem that big, but you might be surprised because like some of these cosplay competitions have absolutely huge prize pools. So they're maybe not big as a viewer, but they're big as a competitor. I think as long as it covers the material costs, I'm more than happy. I mean, yeah, it depends, I guess, on like how much your costume costs as well. For me, I like it. I like TwitchCon in particular because they pay for you to go. If you end up being one of the finalists, because it's a win to enter competition. So like there are some competitions where anyone can enter, and there are some where there's like, for instance, TwitchCon has 5 people per category. So if like 40 people enter, only 20 people will get in. So it's not like you've not won anything, but you enter to win, if that makes sense, and you win your space. So I won my spot, Sunkoi won their spot, Hut won their spot, and other people didn't. So you have to be at a certain level to even get in because you're already competing before you even enter. And it's the same with like, you know, champions of cosplay and all that kind of stuff, because there is a skill level to even start. But TwitchCon in particular I really liked because they paid for you to go. So I was paid $2,500 to go because I was in the larger than life category. I got 3 free tickets, 1 for me and 2 for helpers. And that more than covered my accommodation and travel costs to get to Amsterdam with my costume, which meant that it was a very accessible competition. And here's the thing, that covered my cost as a disabled person traveling who had to take stops constantly because I can't travel for more than a couple hours a day. So we had to like stay at multiple hotels just to get to Amsterdam, and it still covered the cost of that. Like, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. It's pretty good. I've won some small ones here in America, but the big ones are too intimidating. My friends compete in the bigger ones. They're really fun. Like, obviously I get it's intimidating, but like, because everybody who enters those competitions is just really, really passionate about cosplays, you make some really, really good friends at them. So it definitely feels intimidating looking from a distance, but once you get into it, if you ever decide to, which obviously you don't have to, it's a personal thing, but if you ever do decide to get into it, it's a really friendly community. Me having a snack, heck yeah, it's important because you need a break for your hand as well, I'm sure. I don't do crazy cosplays, I never compete. I'm gonna do it this year for the first time at GSCon. Good luck! I hope you have a really fun experience. Not a convention I've been to, although I have heard about it. It's kind of a new one, right? So I hope you have a really good time. I hope it's well organized and you can chat with all the other cosplayers. It's fun, heck yeah. I didn't know they paid you at TwitchCon, they do. Also Going Ape, yeah, I feel really frustrated for Going Ape because I saw them post yesterday and they're in the same position now as like a lot of European cosplayers were earlier in the year, and it's really frustrating to see it happen to somebody else too, where they're just not announcing TwitchCon cosplay and they're not going to communicate, and it's really frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Oh dear. But yeah, the cosplay competition is good, and yeah, they do pay you to go. So if you're in the sewing, the needlework, the armor, or the SFX category, you'll be paid $1,500 to go. If you're in the larger than life, it's $2,500, but that's just because it's a lot harder to transport large costumes and does normally cost more, unfortunately. So yeah, you are paid to go. If you're looking to make some money and you're worried that you're not going to win, enter larger than life. They pay you more just to go. Oh dear, that's not the other meta. I feel like a beginner. I still feel like a beginner too. I've entered Crown Champions twice, and I've got in twice, but I've never won. I've never even placed. I've entered TwitchCon, and I got in, but I've never placed. I've only ever won smaller, more local competitions. I've never won a big one. And ball gowns, larger than life. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, guys, see that's a larger than life build right now. But you know, you don't wear ball gowns every day, so it must be larger than life. Enter the larger than life. They pay extra, and it doesn't cut out of your prize money if you do win overall. But that's only, of course, if they do a TwitchCon cosplay again, which I hope that they do. Need a break playing Animal Crossing all day? Heck yeah, I'm worried about my animals. I worry about them. It's quite new con, which is why I think it's a good start for me. I'm going to show off my foam smith. Oh my god, I hope you have a really good time. Heck yeah. Oh, I made Tentacruel. Oh, I love Tentacruel. Tentacruel, Bellsprout, Jellicent. Excuse me, Silent Hick. Snom. I love them. Oh, not so Silent Hick, excuse me. Dear. Oh, really? Oh, really? Yeah, unfortunately, I will say, I saw Going Ape commented on it yesterday. I saw, so American TwitchCon or Las Vegas TwitchCon doesn't seem to be having a cosplay contest this year. We also don't have one in Europe this year, so it doesn't really, in a way, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised because I thought America would have priority with it. But I am not surprised that they haven't communicated that, because they didn't ever communicate it with us either. We just didn't get one. And we had one last year. Obviously, you guys had one last year. Thank you for the hick. So yeah, it looks like they're not doing it this year, but I'm hopeful that they'll still do it next year. Because it's like we all look forward to. And I had seen a Mika cosplay though. Heck yeah. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it's happened like this, but it's one of those things, isn't it? It's one of those things. Like I said, I'm not mad, I'm just a little disappointed. And I think most of us are just disappointed that they never communicated it with us. Like, obviously, announcing that there's not going to be a cosplay contest, we would be sad, but at least we'd know. At least we'd know. We just want to know one way or the other most of the time. We just want that communication. Just tell us. Lay it on us. Just let us know. We can take it. Dear. Yeah, I'm hopeful that they'll do it next year. I do go there. Glad you're oh, bless you. Honestly, don't worry too much about it. Most of the people that I follow are in a completely different time zone to me, so you're all good. But take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that it goes well. Oh dear. Yeah, I even for like UK beans, I don't necessarily stream at a very good time, I think. Because I start so early in the morning. So like half the time when we do get raided, it's from people who have just streamed till like 4 in the morning, and it's like, oh my god, bless you, it's very kind for the raid, but like please look after yourself. Because like people, I guess in America probably, going really, really late. I don't know how people do that, by the way. Sorry, separate statement. I don't know how people manage to do that. It gets to like midnight and I feel like a dead fish. I don't know how people are like being entertaining at 4 in the morning. How do you do it? I can't handle it. Also, I think my neighbors would kill me because I spend half my stream yelling. 7 a.m. and oh, that's so early. Sonny, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Look, Sonny, we're back to the normal camera again. It's been like a year. But we're back at top down because I have a new camera and I have camera extension and I got a monitor so I can play video games again because it's been a long time. Heck yeah, big pog. Where's Ponytail? Sorry, I can bring it back. There you go, there's Ponytail. I took it off for a bit because it's getting warmer, you know? Oh dear, oh look, yeah. There it is. Well, I'm a slime girl, so it's like, you know, it makes sense I could just remove it. Oh dear. I like how it's like to motivate me to start work in the morning. Oh, bless you. I hope work goes well for you whenever you start. I do it weird times too. I like doing afternoons so I'm not so tired, but I won't be able to do late nights. I don't understand how people do late nights. It's so impressive to me, but yeah, couldn't be me. I'm a first thing in the morning kind of lady. Can't be doing later in the day. Speaking of, actually, I will need to end stream soon. I did say I was going to be a little stream today. Just a little short stream today. because I have to try making sushi for the first time. I'll post a picture in the Discord when I finish it so you can all laugh at my first attempt, but I'm gonna give it a really good shot. I've made the rice is cooling, so that, yeah, I can try it after stream, because I really enjoy sushi, and like, it makes sense, like, if I make sushi, you know, to try making it, right? Like, I should try, but I'm a little nervous because it is so out of the wheelhouse. I make curries, not... I make curries, not sushi. So it's a bit out of my wheelhouse of what I'm confident in making. But I'm gonna give it a go because I do really enjoy it, and I'd like to be good at making it. It feels like it'd be a good summer food as well. Ah dear. I have a cosplay friend that starts swimming at 3 AM. Oh my god, how? It is a toggle, it is a toggle. Make sure you follow instructions. Think of it as a costume you're... Oh no, Zin. I don't follow instructions when making my costumes. I wing everything. Like, everything I do is like, well, I think this will look good, so we'll give it a go. I make my own patterns. I make my own my sushi's gonna be all over the place. Oh no. That is how I make curries though, to be fair. It's like, throw in a bit of that, throw in a bit of that, throw in a bit of that. But I feel like sushi is so delicate and pretty and stuff, and I don't want to... There you go, perfect. Thank you. You know, throw in a bit of this, throw in a bit of that. It's fine. I'm only making it for me as well, so if it doesn't taste super, super good, it's... I always worry more if it's like cooking for other people as well. Cup dime? YOLO! Heck yeah. The YOLO. I don't know what carp dime is, but I will YOLO. Who uses instructions in cosplay? I'm sure some people do. Like, you know, there are plenty of cosplay guides out there, so I'm sure that some people do. Personally, I wing it. I think most of the cosplayers I know also are pretty experts at winging it. You just want to get better over time. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. How's that? Carpe diem. I'm gonna make sushi for my birthday party. Ooh! Do you know what you're gonna put in it yet? Or is it gonna be like whatever you find on the day kind of thing? Oh dear. It leaves pluck the day. Oh, that's actually a really nice saying. Oh dear, what do you call instructions? Well, I mean, there are like tutorials you can buy for cosplay, right? Like you can get like foam smithing tutorials for like making shoulder plates, patterns and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, if you're making a pattern that isn't one that you've made yourself, like that would technically be following instructions, right? I be honest, I make all of my own patterns, so that's not me, but I like making patterns, so like, you know, makes sense that I would do it. A lot of people really hate making patterns, so like, honestly, I can understand why you wouldn't do it if it wasn't part of the process that you enjoyed, especially if it's a hobby. But yeah, I don't follow instructions for that because, yeah, I make them myself, so no instructions to follow there. I do first at making it, and I'm on my second. My method's easy finding so much content about making. Oh heck yeah, yeah. You know what? That feels pretty common these days with YouTube being so prevalent. Heck yeah. Sewing instructions. Yeah, there's sewing instructions at the side of patterns. Be sushi with crab with and shrimp and vegan. Heck yeah. I'm doing egg. I'm doing egg. I have avocado and cucumber as well, but I have egg. Tried Khmer pattern for the first time, I'm bossy girl and didn't fit me at all. This is the thing though, once you find a pattern that does fit you, you can use it forever. Like, you might be one that you have to end up making yourself, but once you've got it, you can just use it forever. I've done the same thing with sewing patterns. It's like, I make a sewing pattern for myself, it works, I use it forever. 10 out of 10, would recommend. It's why when I'm referring back to patterns, I always say, like, by the way, this is not a pattern you can purchase, it's just mine. It's a pattern that I've used before. Shirts is a big one. You find a shirt pattern that works for you, you use it forever. I've used the same shirt pattern as a base to so many of my cosplays, and when people ask about it, I'm like, yeah, sorry, this is just what I made myself, and it's perfect, so I use it every single time. Like, you have bought pants, I don't follow them at all. Heck yeah. Boy pants don't work for me, that's fair. There's someone on YouTube did a tutorial on how to draw her daughters using your measurements. Heck yeah! There's a few. Same with like corsets, bodices, all that kind of stuff. Bras. I always make new patterns for every cosplay. I should make some basic ones. Yeah, like again, there's not too many that I repeat over and over again, but shirts is a big one. So many of my cosplays have like undershirts with just like altered the sleeves or the collar, but like the base shirt, I can keep it the same. And that has been such a useful pattern for me. I have used my shirt pattern so many times. And whenever anyone asks, like, sorry, this is actually just one that I made for me, and I've just used it like 100 times, and I've never really clarified it. It's just mine, sorry. I read instruction patterns, then I go, nope, and I do it my own way. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Maria Patti is the name of the YouTuber. Nice, heck yeah. Alright, I do need to end stream there, because it is time. It is time to practice making the sushi. Alright, let's have a little look. Oh, let's see who's live. This is an unusual set of people live right now. Sorry, that was what that O was. I was like, oh, you guys are live at an unusual time. What the heck's this about? Look at all you guys live at weird times. I say, I've been live, so I guess it's not that weird. I am gonna send you then. How about I send you all over to George? We haven't raided George for a hot minute. Let me just switch screens so that I can get my keyboard out without having to worry too much. That is the only problem with the top-down screen, is I have to get this out, so I don't worry. Maybe Australians? Yeah, well, actually, yeah, that's true. George is an Australian. They do, like, puzzle games, platformer games, stuff like that. This looks like it could just be a puzzle platformer. I've never seen it before, though, but it looks cool. Good luck, thank you. Good luck with yours when you do it as well. Right, I'm gonna do them a shout-out as well, just in case anybody gets left behind on the raid, because unfortunately it can happen. If you would like a raid call, I'll just be spamming them in chat for a second so you can grab one nice and easy. No, thank you so much everybody for popping by. I don't know, to be honest, if I'm streaming over the next couple days, it'll probably be in the afternoons, so that will be an unusual time for me, just because I'm hoping that some family might be popping over to visit in the mornings, and if they are, I want to be there. I don't want to be in the middle of stream, so yes, I probably will stream the next couple days, but it might be a bit later in the day than usual, so I apologize for the weird time. Yes, you share a picture of your sushi, I'll share a picture of my sushi, and we can yours is probably gonna look neater than mine. I've seen your work, but we can live in shared first ever sushi experience together. Oh dear. But no, thank you everybody so much for joining. Thank you again anyone who's followed and subscribed. Thank you for the raids from Luna. And I think earlier we also had a raid right as we started streaming, right? Well, who raided me right at the beginning? Who was it? It was Panda raided right at the beginning. Thank you so much. It was very heckin' kind of you. Otherwise, if you want to grab a raid call, I'm going to send you over to George, a very, very sweet bean, and I'll speak to you probably tomorrow in the afternoon. Take care, everybody. There we go. Bum, 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 bum.